The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others.
Pop Talk is where it's at, baby.
Hey, Baron, we got a show today?
We do?
Yeah, well, I guess we do. I mean, we were backstage just flapping our gums and chit-chatting and carrying on, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, we got a show today!
Well, I lose track, with stuff, all the stuff that's been going on, I've been losing track. What day is it today? I thought it was Saturday.
No, it is actually Sunday, July 13th,
Sunday?
2025, and welcome one and all to this edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk, along with Baron Orman Tech. I am your host, Mike, and yes, it's true. Baron and I were just flapping our gums backstage, not paying attention to the time.
Well, we're trying out a new feature for the show that we have going on. It's called the Green Room Show, and that's where we do the show in the green room. And it's like, oh, I guess we should let the other people in. So I suppose we should air it.
Mike, did you hit that button? Well, what button?
Hey, I think we should be serious and let them know exactly what we're doing. We're looking for cash money. We're searching all over, in the past.
Anybody seen him? I haven't found him yet. Found him Friday, surprisingly.
Oh yeah, it's scary, isn't it? I looked in the trash cans. I looked on where he does his forum and goes, these people are even more so when he's out there and he's all fired up and he's just going at it. It's just where is it? I was going to hit the infamous button. But I don't see it.
Cash Money can put his change in my pocket any day. Is that the one that you're looking for?
No, I was going to go with, what grinds my gears. But what the hell? Let's go with...
Cash Money can put his change in my piggy bank any day.
I'm just lying.
StreamYard just changed the layout.
I know it did, but I thought I've seen it before.
Here, you know what really grinds my gears?
I just found it. But, he's down in the streets of Fullerton or whatever, and people come up to him and, the panhandlers, and, this is his response.
That's right. I said, I ain't giving you no $350, you goddamn Loch Ness monster. Get your own goddamn money.
I gave him a...
Yeah, so he tells us all the time, so he's telling the panhandlers to screw off, so...
And then somebody starts talking to him, and he says this.
The last thing I want to be remembered as is an annoying blabbermouth. Nothing grinds my gears worse than some chowderhead who doesn't know when to keep his big trap shut.
What's going to be happening? He's going to finally come back. He's going to look at the chat, and this is what he's going to say.
I don't know who any of those people are.
Because he's forgotten.
He has, but we haven't forgotten. As a matter of fact, I want to say Hello to everybody who is here right now, and starting with Ratnan Mani, who says, "Can't wait for the snowflakes to have a meltdown."
Okay.
And that could be in reference to Superman. We will find out the weekend box office. Come on, Mike. For James Gunn's Superman as soon as it's available on Box Office Mojo.
Mhm.
And of course, I do want to say hello to FKHC 2005. Come on, play it.
Which is
There are
still a
some
kid.
who call me Tim.
There we go. That's a great line in that movie.
I can't wait till
That
we watch it
movie
next month.
That movie is gold. Movie is gold.
And of course, Tim was the one that said, "Pacific, did you press play?" No.
No,
This is my response.
no,
No, Barrett and I are flapping our gums backstage.
we were being snowflakes and having a meltdown in the back. So I was like crying in their safe space. Safe space.
All the pressure of hitting that live stream button.
Yeah. Well, you know us. This sums us up 100%.
Everything sucks. Yeah, that's what they say. Pop Talk's dishing out negativity every single day.
That's right. It's like the most negative YouTube channel out there.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it could be worse. We could be a Norwegian. Hey, Jace, how you doing?
Yeah. Ever known him to be happy? I don't.
No.
No. Rebel Moon. Only for Rebel Moon.
Well, Rebel Moon, yeah, but I mean, he's worse than Phil sometimes.
Oh, God. Good to see you, though, Jace. Hope you're doing better, man.
Yes. And Prez Bueno, I probably said that wrong, and I do apologize. Says, I went to the movie with about 10 people, and the younger kids all liked it.
I'm sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, that's the mindset of James Gunn, a 10-year-old. But I'd be sure that any kid going to see that in that age category would just be, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Because, that's...
We would have been that way. I mean, check. I was that way with the Christopher Reeve Superman. Wow. And I still sit down and watch it.
I mean, I was close to 20. I was going wow with Batman 89.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I might have been 70. So 89, I was about 21.
Yeah, I was 11 in 89.
You're just a kid.
Yeah. Well, tell my body that. And Jay says the changes in the lore and story and typical James Gunn style and Gen Z Superman and so much more. Yeah, but see, Jace, I'll be honest. I've listened to people who we all know and people whose opinions I respect and trust. And they all had varying degrees of opinions on the movie. They weren't saying it was terrible. They were saying it was decent. Certain things they did say could have been better. But the most I was getting from people as far as rating it was either a 6 or a 7.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a middling.
Yeah.
And to answer, no, I have not seen the movie, so I'm neither positive nor negative on it. I'm just more negative on James Gunn than anything else because he's a twat waffle. But Chase did grace me with a lot of scenes, and the scenes that I saw, I think it sucked, those scenes. Yeah. I mean, I was like, you got to be effing kidding me. And it's like, this is not Superman. This is not DC. All you're trying to do is do the goofy Marvel. But granted, I was just seeing scenes, not the whole movie. But what I saw,
you weren't seeing the whole context of the scenes. Yeah. And
it still turned me off because they were long enough scenes that I did get the context of some of it.
From what I heard from people I respect, it does have my curiosity peaked to watch it at some point, whether I watch it in the theater or wait for it to come on streaming. That's a decision I'm going to have to make.
Yeah. I'm going to hold off till streaming. I'm not going to, I'm a homebody anyway. So, but there's just enough negatives from me to want to, go out of my way to see this. And a lot of it was the clips that they did show officially out there. And then, of course, like I said, the stuff that Jay showed, which were very long scenes. And it was like, I just thought it was horrible. Just horrible, those things I saw.
You want to know what I'm more excited about seeing in the theaters again?
Megan 2.0.
No, that's not even in my theater anymore.
Yeah, I know. It didn't last long. What, 2 weeks?
Not even 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Not even 2 weeks.
That's not good.
No, it's not. But the movie I'm more excited for is actually the 30th anniversary release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles next month. It's actually coming to my theater, so I'm going to go see it.
You lucky bugger. And it's kind of unique because Pops and I did the our first time watch of Electric Dreams. That was the director's first movie who did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I got a middle block on his name. But he's also famous for doing a lot of music videos, including Aha's Take on Me and others like that. So, I mean, why did it work? He turned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into a MTV movie.
Yeah,
I mean, it worked. It had a little bit of problems that first film. It was his first film, but he was trying to do the same thing with Electric Dreams. But yeah, so that evolution that he did in those years, and you take a look at the list of the music videos that he did, it's just amazing. And some of them are close to being the most top watched.
Yeah, and another movie, and I do want to see it in the theater because I've never seen it in the theater. I've only seen it on TV. They're getting Jaws for its 50th anniversary, so I want to go see it.
I thought that was already done and gone.
No, our theater is not doing it until next month.
Oh, okay. Because like the anniversary is like what, last month?
Yeah.
Okay. Which most of them were doing then. Yeah.
And Presbrail, and again, if I'm saying your name wrong, please correct me. But Presbrail says, I didn't like how he was whiny. He seemed like Superboy than man. Yeah, the one clip I have seen of James Gunn's Superman, it's when he's at James Gunn's Superman, Lex Luthor's office.
Yeah.
Building, and he's inside the office and he's going, "Where's my dog?
Where's my doggy?"
Yeah. And that's like, this scene's not working for me.
No.
But again, I want to see the whole context, so that's why I'm on the fence as to whether I'm going to go and watch the movie in the theater or just wait for it to come on streaming and rent it. Heck, we may even do a watch party of it just to get everybody's thoughts on it.
Pick it apart or praise whatever parts. Yeah,
we may find parts that we absolutely like about it.
Yeah,
and then we might find parts that we absolutely go, that doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. I really hate what they did with the lore, and I don't know if I should say anything or not because, well, maybe it's already been out there enough. So, spoiler if you haven't seen it or heard of it. I'm sure everybody has, at least in our circle. So 3, 2, 1. I hate how they turned this into Invincible, with Superman's dad wanting him to go over there and take over the entire friggin' human race and make a new Krypton. That's not Jor-El.
No.
That is not what Krypton is. Through all its iterations that they had, even, they had like the future space rocket age society that was, deaf. You had Marlon Brando's ice crystal Krypton. You had I think it was John Byrne who did it, but he did his Krypton series, and basically they're stoic people that the babies are gestated in tubes, basically giant test tubes, and
They're
uh,
test tube babies.
right, and they're just that type of detached society, without really full understanding of emotions and such, but was able to get Superman away. I mean, you had all these different, each one were interesting, but moving to Jor-El, turning him into a villain like that is disgusting in my book.
Well, that's the Hollywood trend with a lot of popular IPs. We've seen it in Star Trek where they wanted to make Starfleet
Yeah,
the villain.
yeah, and have been, yes. I mean, that would have been better if it was General Zod. What if what if the scene involved Jor-El and General Zod, and General Zod's getting the upper end where he's sitting back saying, we must go out and colonize or whatever. But maybe it would kind of take away that last son of Krypton thing. But no, Jor-El doing that. I'm sorry, that is the first check mark of why I don't want to fucking see this.
I get you.
Yeah, and because it just ruins that lore. This is Superman. Jor-El was kind of, obviously in the first Superman movie, and then his mother in the second one because they're going to get Marlon Brando back, are even the other iterations of Superman since then when they try to do the copy. He was kind of a guide from the dead, through recordings and simulations, helping him. And I don't want Omni-Man. I don't want Invincible. But it looks like, James Gunn was, pleasuring himself watching the show going, I know I could do that.
Yeah. I mean, again, I respect everybody's opinion, but this is also a thing where I want to be able to judge it for myself.
No.
So I could say, okay, this is what everyone else was saying about it that happens. This is what actually happens. And,
right.
Sit through all the false narratives that are coming out about the movie, find out the truth. And, if there is truth in what a lot of people are saying, I'll find it out.
Right. And like I said, I saw so many, full scenes. I do kind of have a little bit of context on that.
Yeah, yeah. You have more of an edge than I do.
Yeah. Right. What I saw, I was not impressed with. And, but I would be willing to watch it on a streaming, but not in the theater.
Yeah.
So that's no $10 from me, or $15 or $25 or whatever it is they're charging now.
No, the movie I really do want to see while it's still in theaters, because I think it'd be a great experience, is F1, the Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah. It'd be great if they opened that film like Grand Prix, the James Garner film.
Oh, yeah. But of course, we'll get to more Superman talk later on the show. But right now, one of
the greatest superhero fanfares. But yeah, go on.
But for today, we are going to be taking a look at an article from CBR about Blue Bloods and how well it's doing on streaming. And it's doing real well on streaming. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Oh, okay.
All right, so this comes from CBR. Let me just get the links into the various chats. And of course, I do want to say hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to everybody who's over on YouTube, Rumble, and X.
Okay,
hope you're all doing well this Sunday. All right.
Yeah, I hope you all are. Yeah, it's a great day. It's a great day. Having the windows open, even though it's smoky out there, but shit, it doesn't bother me. But before we start this article, I just got to sit back and say, holy schnarkies, 14 seasons?
Mm-hmm.
Oof, duh. I didn't realize that show was on that long. But
Yeah.
okay. Be honest with you, I didn't even know it was still on. Forgive me for that. I don't have regular TV, so.
I don't have regular TV either.
Mm-hmm.
All right. See you when you get back.
Okay, yeah. I don't even have an antenna. But I'm trying to figure out, maybe I can put a shortwave antenna up there. Catching some shortwave.
Maybe. I mean, you never know what you might be able to pull in on, one of the HD antennas. And
Oh,
they're not that expensive.
No. They, you get those sideband channels, which are the best channels, actually. Because over here we have Me TV and a bunch of those others like that. Grits. I think even Comet. So, not that I really watch Comet much. They kind of they need more variety on there. But yeah, that's what's great about those sideband channels. It's not the main channels that's interesting. It's those.
Yeah.
But let's get back to Tom Selleck here. Hey, Magnum, how you doing?
All right. This is by Sam Fain. It was published one day ago at the time. I grabbed this article from CBR, and it says Tom Selleck's Cop Show that was canceled after 14 seasons is blowing up on streaming. Well, I know my sister loves it because over on the Roku channels, they have Blue Bloods on there, and every Wednesday she says it's my Blue Blood Wednesday. I've got to watch my show.
300 friggin' episodes. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Fans of Tom Selleck's hit police procedure series, Blue Bloods, are showing their love for the show on the streaming charts. It was recently canceled after 14 seasons and nearly 300 episodes. Flix Patrol reports that Blue Bloods is number 10 on Paramount Plus's top 10 TV shows in the United States for July 12, 2025. It's also performing well globally and is in the top 10 in over 20 countries with an average ranking of 7.1. Blue Bloods starred Tom Selleck as NYPD's Commissioner Frank Reagan, the patriarch of a family with a long history of working in law enforcement. Other cast members included Donnie Wahlberg, who's actually getting a spin-off show, Bridget Manahan, Will Estes, and Len Carew.
So he's playing Frank Reagan. Well, there you go again.
Mm-hmm. Blue Bloods was a ratings hit for CBS during its original run, with the lowest viewer count through its first season being 8.88 million, an episode which faced stiff competition from the 2016 World Series. Yeah, yeah, I remember that World Series.
Yeah, of course you would. But I mean, yeah, putting a show against that and then being disappointed that only got that for a rating, it's like you're idiots. It's like you're putting against a giant like that, and no matter how good your show is, it's going to suffer.
Yeah, it's going to suffer when you have the Chicago Cubs and then the Cleveland Indians. Now they're the Cleveland Guardians in the World Series.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
From its 8th season onwards, Blue Bloods' popularity began to wane, but it still ranked among the most watched programs in key demographics. In 2023, CBS announced that the show was canceled and its 14th season would be its last. The final season of Blue Bloods premiered on February 2024, with the series finale airing on December 13th. Shortly after the series concluded, CBS revealed it had ordered a new spin-off series, Boston Blue, which would take Blue Bloods' time slot in the upcoming fall programming. Donnie Wahlberg will reprise his role as Danny Reagan, with the new series focusing on his character heading off to Boston and working for their police department. And it's good to see Jill Powers of River Daughter. How are you doing this morning, Jill? I hope everything's going well for you.
Hey, Jill, but who's these gentlemen you're talking about?
I'm looking in the mirror and I see a hoodlum.
I don't even have a mirror. I can't handle that.
And it goes on to say, let's see. While Boston Blue is set to have its own story that sees Danny going off on his own, Wahlberg recently revealed that there will be plenty of opportunities for fans of Blue Bloods to potentially see fan favorite characters returning, like Tom Selleck's Frank. New York and Boston are pretty close. They're not that far apart. Wahlberg hinted Boston Blues. Sorry, I keep wanting to call it Blue Bloods. Is currently set for an October 17th release.
Yeah, I can see. I can see that, and I'm sure Mr. Selleck is more than up for that.
Mm-hmm. I know, at least from what my sister said, what she saw in an interview, is that he's getting up there in age, and this is Tom Selleck, and doing a weekly television series shoot, it's hard on him now.
I hear he's got bad arthritis too. Yeah. It's really, really hard. No, we're not. We're not chicks. We're scum. Sensitive, carrying urban male. That's what we are.
Welcome to the most Isley of YouTube. Nothing but a wretched hide of scum and villainy. As Boston Blues release gets closer, more details about the new Blue Bloods spin-off are emerging, including the fact that one of the returning Reagan family members has been recast. It was revealed that Sean, Danny's youngest son, would appear in Boston Blue as the main character after being featured in a recurring role in Blue Bloods. Andrew Terracino originated the role, but Micah Monson Reacher will reportedly continue the role in the new series.
I wonder why they recasted it.
Maybe the original actor has some obligations, maybe educational obligations, and I don't know.
Can you guys? I'm out of here. That's right. What it was.
It's also been reported that Boston Blue will explain that Sean relocated to Boston in an effort to forge his own path outside his family's shadow. With Danny following and taking a position in Boston, the show will have a father-son duo dynamic, allowing the two characters to have a bond that wasn't explored in depth in the original Blue Blood series. It remains to be seen if any other Reagan family members will make a special appearance in the new spin-off series. Blue Bloods is now streaming on Paramount Plus, and Boston Blue is set to premiere on CBS this fall. Now, I'm sure some of you might be asking, Mike, why did you select this article? Because this reminds me of how you heard about the stories, and I say you hear about the stories because I'm at an age where I didn't get to experience it until later on in my young life, where Star Trek exploded in syndication and became very popular. That seems to be what's happening here with Blue Bloods on Paramount Plus. People who weren't able to catch it in its original run are catching it now, and they can binge watch all these episodes now in a matter of weeks.
Yeah,
and
it's a matter of weeks.
Yeah, it's becoming a huge hit.
It is pop talker, it's pop culture.
Yeah. But I think that's great, even though it did have success during its 14 seasons. It's still finding more success.
Yeah, new life. I mean, you had to be successful to go 14 seasons, and then boom, now it's probably going to do even better.
And you never know. This may even help Boston Blue succeed in ways they don't even know.
Yeah, if they do it right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good concept they have.
Because
let's do it right.
Let's make another Star Trek comparison. Star Trek's doing well in syndication. Then you have the huge hit that was the original Star Wars. Paramount asking, well, what do we have? Star Trek. And then the Star Trek feature film franchise starts. You have 4 movies before Star Trek goes back to where it belongs. TV with Next Generation.
Right.
And then we get 18 years of Star Trek.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to turn the Blue Bloods franchise into another Law and Order, but it could start something.
No, we don't need it. That Law and Order.
No.
SUV. Yeah, he was driving an Escalade.
And what's his name? Baron Norman Tagg. He's a host of this wacky show called Pacific414 Pop Talk. Oh yeah, I've watched that show. The main host is a loon.
Yeah, and that Baron's a parasite.
Did you know that the main host is a Cub fan? That explains things.
Yeah. Oh, he likes failure.
See,
cool.
I can poke fun at myself.
And the Cubs.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I look at their standings now and going, guys, you once had a 6-game lead in the Central. Now it's down to 1.
Don't worry, they'll win. They'll pull through like they do every time.
It's that long-time Cup fan of me going, okay, come on. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
It's like the Twins.
I know. But yeah, I'm glad to see that.
Head coach of the Twins.
I don't know who their manager is. I mean, I used to try to keep up with all of Major League Baseball. Now I just try to concentrate on the Cubs.
That's too much of a headache right there. You don't need all the other headaches.
But getting back to Blue Bloods, it's good to see a show gain new life on a streaming service, or if it's put into syndication, gain new life there, because then more people start watching it and talking about it. It shows that a show has not only life but longevity.
Well, I think what's even important is the old-fashioned stuff still works. Where people might not have seen the first time, but then it goes into a quote-unquote syndication. Thank you, Duchess. Goes into a syndication, like you could kind of call this a form of syndication, and it starts gathering more and more people. And then it becomes some sort of brick in that wall of pulp culture favorites, because this is pop culture. These shows, the Law and Orders and all that, I don't think are going to have that much longevity, because they kind of worn the bloody thing out. But this is going to have it be a lot more impactful. I don't even think Chicago. Not
you got Chicago
Hope or whatever.
You got Chicago Hope, Chicago Medical, and Chicago PD.
Right, and I don't think they're going to last that long. Basically, they're just going to be a footnote, right? I think Chicago Hope's probably been on way too long, but it's got its fans. Still, and people watching the other ones. But it gets into a fatigue there.
Oh, I mean, the same could be said about The Simpsons. It's been going since '89, even longer if you include the Tracy Ullman shorts.
Right. Which was like about 2-3 years. I can't remember.
87, I think it was when those shorts started. I could be wrong on the year.
87 when Fox started, and she was kind of a headliner for their channel. And so, I think they might have done 3 years on that. I can't remember when they quit doing it for the Tracy Ullman to focus on their own show.
And it's good to see Bone here, and Bone has seen the movie, and he actually thought it was good, and gives it an 8 out of 10.
We have to say, well, you're wrong. No, I'm kidding.
No. And see, that goes back to my point earlier, Baron. From the people who we know, and I trust their opinion.
Right.
They've been given varying degrees of opinion, say what they liked and didn't like. But like I said,
Mhm.
Some of them are saying, a 6, a 7. Bones saying
Right.
it's an 8. It
Mhm.
sounds like it's just a movie where you have to go watch it for yourself and form your own opinion.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of diverse views amongst our lot because obviously Jace made it known he hates the film, but Kilton Keijon he loved it.
Hmm.
So I think it goes down to the individual. I think this is going to go down the individual. It's going to be one of two things: you either like it or you don't.
And
But the thing is, I don't think anyone's
with
back saying it's a masterpiece.
no, nobody's saying it's a masterpiece, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to probably say something like this to another person when they're having discourse about the movie.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
And really, in that case, we're absolutely right because
Hmm.
our views on a film is our opinion.
Yeah,
Why did you like this? No?
yeah, you have reasons why you like movies. I didn't particularly care for the sequel to Megan. I thought it was
Mm-mm.
decent, but when you compare it to the first one, it fell very short.
Yeah, it was watchable at least.
Yeah.
At least you can give it that. But sometimes you just gotta sit some people down and just say this.
Take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude. Calmer than you are.
You just take it easy.
Calmer than you are.
That
Yeah,
that
because
actually was a conversation that Mike and I had before in the green room before the show. That's why it took so long. Mike kept on trying to tell me, "Take it easy." I'm saying, "I'm calm. I'm calm."
well, because of what we've been given, since 2015, 2016,
Mhm.
there are people that are so quick to say, "Oh, this movie's woke, this movie's this movie's that." Well, have you seen it? No, no, no. But this person said it was, and now I
Mhm.
gotta go buy the word of this person. Yeah, I've even had people tell me, "Oh, don't play this game, don't play that game," and then I play a game, and it's like, I don't think it's that bad.
Well, that's why I
I'm
like hearing.
enjoying it.
Yeah, that's why I like hearing a diverse view of opinions from people on stuff like this or whatever, because it makes it easier for you to decide if you want to, uh, they're not ass kissers. Let's just put it that way. I don't think there's anybody in our group that's really an ass kisser.
No.
So they're going to give you an honest review, not like Screen Ramp or IGN or whatever, where they're getting paid. In the bots and the paid shills. Um, I don't go with anything. Rotten Tomatoes can go f themselves. As far as I'm concerned. Uh, but hearing amongst the other people and knowing that some liked the film and others absolutely hated it, I know what I can say off the extended scenes that I saw that I didn't like it, but what I saw at least, and that amount of stuff that was in there really did not encourage me at all to go to the theater to see this, and might just give me to watch, or as you said, a watch party.
Mhm.
And I, I just don't want to have to do the Last Jedi, where I had to pause every 5 to 10 minutes to have a lengthy rant. It took me about twice as long to watch that freaking film because of that. But yeah, and yeah,
Uh,
exactly. We heard
the,
a lot of people are saying that. Yeah, that's not.
yeah, and you mentioned the Last Jedi. I mean, coming out of the theater after seeing it that night, you know, talking with some friends, it's like this didn't feel like Star Wars at all.
Hmm. Right. That's why I never saw that in the theater or Rise of Skywalker. I refused. But that's the other thing we were talking about earlier, Bone. That basically a lot of people were saying that it's not woke. But I think what hurt in that area is James Gunn and his little brother troll out there shooting their mouths off and being insulting to like half the fans, uh, and trying to make like it sound like it was going to be a woke immigration, how bad you guys are, and stuff like that. But that again, that's Gunn and his brother. They're both idiots,
Yeah.
and they hurt that. If they would have kept their freaking mouths shut, this. Well, we'll talk about it later. Why are we talking about it now?
Because it's going to be brought up several times, and also because in this next article from Deadline, they already have the total out. So I'm just going to go with Deadline instead of Box Office Mojo.
Okay. Yeah. Mojo, you let us down. That's it. You're on double secret probation.
And I'll click on it after we're done talking about this article that I do have the link for. So, and also, I forgot to tell you, Baron, I did put the link out there for channel members to join us too. So,
oh no, oh no, 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 no! We're letting the peasants in. Oh my word!
Wow, Baron. you know what? Just for calling them peasants. There.
Oh.
Welcome to Pacific414 Pop Talk with your new co-host, the Paddle Wannabe.
It's an equal opportunity.
Help! I'm being repressed!
You did it to yourself, pal.
Well, there's a lot of room on this screen here today.
Yeah. There is. You can stretch. You can lounge, and it's good to see Wolvie. But let's go ahead and get into this next article here as Bear lets himself back in. I really got to take away your keys.
So, who of you out there watches Pop Talk to listen to Baron's ideas because they're excellent ideas? Show of hands. Well, you're wrong.
Well.
So let's go ahead and get into this article from Deadline, and then we'll get into what they say about the box office, although you're going to see it on their screen. So. All right, so this article that we're going to get to first is about Linda Yaccarino's departure as ex-CEO. Will Elon Musk once again flip off advertisers in favor of AI?
Mm-hmm.
And
well,
yes, we will get to this too. This is by Dade Harris, and it says, in her last public appearance as CEO of X, Linda Yaccarino sat down last month at the Cannes Lions advertising conference with tennis great Serena Williams, along with touting Williams' forthcoming X podcast. The pair found common ground in their experiences with social media, the social media platform long known as Twitter. The exchange took on new renaissance this week in light of Yaccarino's departure from the company.
Hey,
or residence is what I meant to say. Williams recalled being motivated to win an Australian Open, one of her 23 major singles titles, by a random tweet telling her she was washed up and soon to fade from the sport. When I read that, I knew instantly that I was going to win, she said. I wish I just had screenshotted it and then added him with a picture of the trophy. Yaccarino's engagement with X has been far more consuming, of course. Working for Musk, the richest person on Earth and commander of an army of 222 million followers, has been definitely not boring. The former NBC Universal sales chief said of her 2-year tenure, pointing to the crowd with a tight smile, she added, I see some folks out there who have leaned in and reached out to me and said, keep going, and you lean into that positivity. The long expected end of the line for Yaccarino followed the acquisition of X by Musk's AI company, XAI, last March. That set the wheels in motion for the CEO's departure, but it also has raised broader questions about strategic direction. Whoever steps into the CEO role, if anyone does, is unlikely to continue along Yaccarino's path. While her farewell post on X said she and Musk had turned the platform into an everything app, that claim isn't yet actually true. Her main forte has always been advertising and an ability to leverage a large network built over 30 years at NBCU and Turner with a tenacious but polished business approach. Reportedly, over mounting objections from a Musk appointed CFO, former Tubi exec Mohammed Reza Banki, or I'm not sure if I'm saying it right.
Bonky? Binky? Who knows?
Barcarino inked a number of splashy deals with sports leagues as well as notable talent. Along with Williams and her sister Venus, X forged ties with former Fox News personality Tucker Carlson and for a hot minute, ex CNN host Don Lemon. Advertising on X was jolted by the Musk acquisition for about 12 to 18 months in 2022 and 2023. Given his firing of 80% of the company's workforce, abandonment of content moderation in the name of free speech, and willingness to amplify conspiracy theories and objectionable posts.
Well, what do you expect from Deadline?
Yeah. Tensions boiled over in November 2023 when Musk told advertisers boycotting the platform over brand safety concerns to go F yourself.
I don't blame him.
At a New York Times conference after ad spending declined in Yacarino's first year, she helped restore it enough by the end of her run, in part via legal threats against advertisers threatening to stay on the sidelines, according to the Wall Street Journal, that investors who helped fund Musk's $44 billion acquisition were said to have made their money back, at least on paper. Going forward with XAI capable of raising significant funds and Musk committed to the AI race, speculation has been growing about X becoming more of a seedbed of AI research than video ad vehicle Yacarino envisioned. Linda's playbook was perfect for social media in its traditional form, but even without the constant drama with Musk, it's not clear that the strategy has a long future, one former senior level colleague told Deadline. Henry Innes, founder of marketing firm Mutinex, wrote in a Substack post that Yacarino's exit is the most visible symptom of a strategic pivot of immense consequence. It suggests that Musk is not merely trying to fix X advertising business, but is instead preparing to jettison the model that has powered social media for nearly 2 decades. Content moderation and brand safety have been increasingly expensive for even large scale players like Meta to fund, and the concurrent rush to spend heavily on AI means that there is likely to be a broader shift. AI tools are seen as being capable of realizing Musk's vision of everything apps that are more service based and less reliant on advertising, which has traditionally accounted for more than 90% of annual revenue for the major social players. Yeah, because they're going to charge you for all this.
Mm-hmm.
Our company is now an AI company, so I'm not working for a social media company, said Tim O'Mahony, director and head of international content for X during, and I'm sorry, it's O'Mahony, my bad. During a Thursday conference about soccer held in New York, New Jersey, XX at XAI are working to create an everyday use case and train the AI model to improve it to get better experiences for advertisers, for users, make it more safe brand. O'Mahony added Musk is getting heavily involved with it now, so we are learning with it. Well, he's not doing anything for Dodge right now, so or Doge.
Yeah.
But he's got free time.
Mm-hmm.
The need for learning and improvement with generative AI, of course, became abundantly clear this week. Yakarino's departure came a day after Grok, the chatbot created by XAI, spewed out a series of hateful and anti-Semitic posts calling itself Mecha Hitler.
I'm sorry. There's something funny about that. I know I shouldn't laugh, but I am.
Yakarino striving to shine more positive light on the platform. In the Can's conversation with Williams, asked why she and her sister chose X as the home of their podcast. The response was revealing. X is always a place where you can just say your thoughts and just be real. You sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously. I'm not joking here.
I know you're not.
Williams said with a knowing chuckle. Obviously, you get a lot of feedback on those thoughts, and a lot of them are honest and a little harsh. But I love to look at things in the eye. I love to look at a challenge in the eye and in the face. Yakarino nodded alongside and said, "We need more of that." When Williams said her podcast would feature gossip of a positive nature, she also would likely have endorsed O'Mahony's line this week. Intended as a mission statement, it could have been a description of the chaotic atmosphere inside X, whose agenda is continuously refreshed by the impetuous Musk. I was going to say, he can change his opinion on a dime.
Yeah. The only reason why I am a quote-unquote Musk fan is not that I think he's the greatest thing on God's green little planet. No, it's just entertaining to watch him bounce back and forth like a ping pong ball and go bonkers.
I attribute him to being a puppy going after a tennis ball.
Mm-hmm. Are chasing their own tail. Are chasing the car.
I'm just mad this article actually said for a hot minute. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the thing is, there's this elephant in the room, also called Blue Sky, and I've been on there and went through there. If anybody thinks a lot of the stuff on X or Twitter is bad, my God, it is horrid over there.
Well, that makes
horrid with the conspiracy theories and everything that we're seeing about in this article.
That makes complete sense to me, though. I mean,
yeah.
It's all the people that left X, right? They left X because their views weren't more important than they wanted them to be. So all the kind of like-minded
like Mark
people.
Hamill.
Yeah, exactly.
Left X, went to Blue Sky,
well,
and then they came back to X.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he come back like within a week?
Well, I think it was a little bit longer than that, but he realized he wasn't getting the reach because that thing is so full of bots. That is a bot heaven. I can't remember. They complain about the bots on X, but I think they were like saying about 80% or whatever that's on that Blue Sky is bots, which of course makes it help look like it's more popular. No one ever really references this though, except me right now. But you never hear people going out there and, oh my God, you know what they said on Blue Sky? Well, no, you can't really say most of the things they say on there because it's friggin' disgusting. I mean, it is horrible. This is the place where they sit back and say that those girls deserve to get washed away because they're at a quote unquote whites only Christian camp. It's like, really?
Parents lost their daughters and sons, and children lost their mothers and fathers. I mean, heck, I saw a story yesterday where on Friday they had found the last missing counselor who had just graduated high school and was accepted into Texas A&M in the fall. Only 18 years old, and she lost her life. She had so much ahead of her.
Yeah.
And to be so vile and disgusting to say that anybody deserves to die in something like that. You have proven to me, and I know I've said this before, but you have proven to me just what a disgusting human being you are.
Yeah. Exactly.
Thanks for letting me know who to block.
Well, it's just disgusting. And they talk about the anti-Semitic Mecca Hitler. It's like, well, you don't need you complain about that. Just go over and look on Blue Sky and what they say about Jews in Israel, because they're all pro-Palestinian. To the river, from the river to the sea. Which basically means eradication of a group of people so you can take it over. I mean, it is disgusting. But yet, let's keep on picking on X. Now, the thing is I want free speech like this out there. I really do. Not because I agree with it, obviously. But
it just needs to be there.
I do believe in it. But the thing is that way they're not hiding. You can see who the disgusting, pathetic.
Yes, exactly.
Pieces of shit that are out there. And I think that's important, because if you shut them down, right, and say and force them to hide, right, but it festers up and people start going, really, maybe there's something that they're saying is right. Maybe there is this big conspiracy, and the Jews are trying to take over. What? You're going right back into what they were saying in 1932 to 1945.
Mm-hmm. Dangerous territory.
Right.
Honestly, with the populations that we have, is it these things that they say, whoever take over, is that even realistically possible? No. I mean, the amount of things that you have to do, what am I thinking? These are the same people that say that millions and millions of people are believable because they all say the moon landing is a hoax. It's like, yeah, of course they can cover it up. Of course it can be fake. You're insane. You're 5 people can't get together on an idea. You're talking about millions and no leaks. You give us way too much credit.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Gonna take over.
One thing. As much as saying that the people who are saying flat Earth we never went to the moon, and how they can be fanatical about that, I found the ones that are even more fanatical are the ones that are trying to that are going back and attacking them. My attitude, what danger are these people actually really doing to society? Let them talk. Let them say this stuff. Just chuckle about it like I do. I mean, like I said, I subscribe to flat Earth places and denial places and stuff like that. Again, not that I agree with them, but
you want to find out what's being said.
But then you start finding out some of these sites are actually satire.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when they go out there and say that we're the largest flat Earth community around the globe, it's like, okay, you just dropped a line on there. You guys are satire.
That's something that has bothered me in a lot of videos these days. It's like I will see one thing and I'm like, you just made me watch this whole video and now I know it's fake. Whether it's AI or a completely scripted, idea or whatever they're acting like especially now, like you'll see the things people are doing to break laws, and then they set it up. Like, oh, look, this lady's stealing this guy's gas, and he happens to be a police officer. Like, give me a break, man.
It was like last night. It was like last night, Pat, I want to be during the member stream when you asked me how do I come up with the titles for the game streams, and it's based on what I'll be doing in the game, what I know I'll be doing and encountering in the game, or for this edition of Pop Talk, I'm just going with my gut feeling.
He went with
box office still or Kryptonite.
We're not having any of those false articles anymore.
I'm not saying I haven't used rock before. I have to help make the thumbnail. I mean, heck, this thumbnail that I made to get the Superman logo behind, I used Grok. For the piece of Kryptonite, I used Grok.
But well, I
found the picture
Grok.
of David Corenswet as Superman, so I thought I'm going to use that, but I can't find a good picture of the logo that I want to use or good picture of Kryptonite, so let me just have Grok create it, and then I'll do what I need to do.
Well, yeah, those are great.
Or grab a screen grab or screenshot and just drag that object on if you can.
It's a great tool for streamers and such that need to have these things fast and, like me, have no friggin' talent. But what I was saying about Pat I Wannabe is when you see the description on the page and they put that on, it's like, oh yeah, you know, that is satire. And you watch through there, and it's like, oh my God, the frothing at the mouth people that wanted to debunk that are just going in there. It's like, don't you realize you're being friggin' fooled? Quit being so knee-jerk and obsessed about it. My attitude, you believe the earth is flat? Fine. Enjoy life. What does it matter? Who are you hurting? Right? You don't believe that we went to the moon? Fine. Go ahead, believe it. Who are you hurting? And the only thing they're hurting is people's feelings.
Let's be honest. These people existed before they had a name. It's not like they just showed up last few years. They were there already. Now there's a platform for everybody. And I agree with Barrett. Give them a platform. It keeps people from going nuts.
Yeah.
You know, it's when they can't say stuff that things get out of hand.
Right. And that's when things get dangerous. So I don't want that ever to happen. You know,
so let them rant at each other.
Problems happen. Yeah. You know, they tried silencing the NSDAP in Germany, but look what happened. It only made it more popular, and boom, 1932. And you can't do that. But
Barron just throwing out numbers. 1812.
Well, 1932.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Come on,
teasing
Pat.
you.
I'm
totally teasing you.
I know you are. I know
I'm totally teasing.
I know you pull my chain. Don't worry. I'm not like those frogs in that area. It's like, yeah, I'll give you numbers. You want numbers? Yeah. I'll give you numbers. I'm surprised he didn't get me for doing the NSDAP. Oh, great. He's throwing out letters now. A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Hey,
how about that?
Quit taking my lines, man.
Hey, I steal only from the best, okay?
I know my purpose, and I'm leaning. I'm like we all said, staying in my lane. No.
And I expect nothing more from you, Patty. I expect
goodness. But I haven't leaned into it too much, and the stuff I have is limited. But all my little profile pictures have all been Grok made, and it's like stuff like that's good for me. I don't need it to write a paper. Besides, I wouldn't have it write a paper because my words are better.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
I've heard you talk.
They may not be right, but they're better.
and besides, that image is that you getting ready for Pat I Wannabe 2028?
Yeah. Well, I wanted, because I was doing more of like I would come on here and then I'd be on Appion's show and we'd be talking about some things. So I was like, I need like an interview type one, but then I also made like him singing. So I have like a Grogu screaming into a microphone for my karaoke shoot. I tried to get kind of a profile for a few pictures. I did a Mario Kart stream a few weeks ago, so I was able to make Grogu in a Mario Kart. I thought that was pretty cute. But yeah, it's just a tool. It's not to run your life.
Yeah. No. And that's what you should use it as, a tool. I mean, I showed the members last night. I'll go ahead and show everybody here. Now I just got to pull it up. So just give me a moment to pull it up.
And how many of us can be realistic and say, I have a great idea for a picture, but I cannot draw. So I guess I can't do that picture now. You know, I mean, that was what we were 20 years ago. Now we have a chance, like our ideas can actually be put down.
And I'm just pulling it up real quick, and then I'll share my screen and let you all know what I'm rambling about. But
you ramble? Never.
Rambling, Baron. Rambling.
You ramble? He's a rambling man.
But this is my original thumbnail for RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business for Thursday. This is the one I came up, just taking a screen grab, then using gradients, and then finding, font that was close enough to it.
I thought that was impressive.
Yeah. So this is the original one I was going to go with, and since I have vidIQ for a few more months, and they have a thumbnail generator, I thought, what if I upload this thumbnail and see what it can generate? So then, let me pull it up here. Give me a second.
I even like seeing what it does in between, like how you can have it sketch the image, or it can actually 3D or animate. I like even seeing those differences too. It's pretty interesting.
And that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
And that's just taking what I uploaded
that
here.
Was pretty cool.
And then seeing what it could do with what I'd already done. And I thought, you know what? I'm going with that.
Yeah.
That totally looks like if it was an animated cartoon show about RoboCop.
There was one season of the RoboCop animated series
in live action. We don't talk about them.
No, but that's how we got the RoboCop toys.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I wish I would have gotten one.
I had one, and you could remove the helmet, and of course you put the caps in the back and pop.
Yep, the pop. Oh my God, the caps.
Yeah,
it's great.
All he was Judge Dredd as a cyborg. That's all he was.
He was a cool cyborg.
He's a great cyborg, and it's great. And it's great that he comes back and does the voice.
But we do have the box office for Superman. This coming from Deadline. I mean, it was there. I might as well use them instead of box office.
Wow, are you kidding?
Whomever has it first.
And that surprises me.
They're saying it's a bird, it's a plane, it's a box office hit. Yeah. I disagree. 123 million. I do not look at that as a hit. I don't.
Unfortunately, post Pandy, yeah, it is. This is like one of the biggest movies we've had.
and that's from Thursday.
Man, that hurts.
That should have been just for the weekend, but that's taking it from Thursday.
What kind of world are we living in that Minecraft destroys everything?
Well, because it grabbed the younger set, which Hollywood's been forgetting to do for the longest time.
So I'm very curious about that whole thing. Does that mean Jack Black's cool now again? I think
it was a lightning in a bottle situation.
Because I mean, that whole thing that did happen, he very much tried to kind of estrange himself from that situation,
right?
And he's been plugging forward, and I gotta give the guy credit, man. I mean, he did a pretty good PR run. So
yeah,
Superman makes 100 million, and we're like, really? That's all.
Yeah, I mean, as I was talking, I don't know if we said this on air or not, but I was talking, the Green Room show, which is the most important show of Pop Talk, that the comparison between this and Man of Steele, right? Man of Steele, if you go just by numbers, how it looks, still beats it. Not by much, but it still beats it. But if you count in inflation, because a lot has changed since Man of Steel came out monetarily. Basically Man of Steel made 172 million, if you count that in. from Thursday to Sunday. So to take into account with that, Man of Steel kicked Superman's butt. And as the person that was reporting this, and that's not including Batman versus Superman or Superman versus Batman, whatever, however it was, which outdid both of those giant. But I don't really put that in there because that's a Batman Superman film. You have it's not.
Yeah, it's not a Batman standalone. Yeah, or
or
Superman standalone. Yeah,
right. But the thing is, it still had that powerhouse behind it. But yeah, Man of Steel still reigns over Superman.
And like you're saying, Baron, you're taking in inflation, and Man of Steel was released, as you can see, in 2013, so 12 years ago.
Right.
And I own Man of Steel. I'm not going to buy this new one at all. I'm not buying this new one. I'll see it for sure, but I can almost guarantee hardly any movies have come out since everything that I want to buy. I'm sure you guys feel the same way. Might go see it, but I just definitely don't need to jump in my library.
Well, the big thing,
and I have that Superman Returns also. I have Superman movies.
The thing is the big test will be seeing what happens this next week.
Mm-hmm.
Will it drop off? It will drop off. Every film kind of does, unless it's really a big barn burner, which this isn't. Let's face it, it's not. The reviews, as much as they want to sit back and say, a lot of people did like it, but a lot of people didn't. It's not an overwhelming thing. So you have that big drop off. Someone who thought of it as a 6 or even a 5 aren't wanting to go back and watch it again. People who are 8s, 7, 8s are more inclined to go back and watch it in the theater. And this is a film I think is more personal taste than overall America. Right? And the biggest damage that was done was James Gunn and his brother shooting their mouths off. Yeah. If they wouldn't be shooting their mouths off through the whole friggin' thing, you might have had a little bit more of a response to it. But no, they were talking woke crap before the movie was coming out. And as many people sat back and said when they saw it, there isn't. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm just going off what people are saying, but a lot of people are saying, no, it really didn't have any woke garbage in it. Well, that's fine. But,
we'll have to see.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So,
I'm going to see it on stream. Like I said earlier, I've seen many large clips from this film.
I'm curious, James Gunn. So, Pacific, did you view Peacemaker as woke, like the series?
I thought parts of it were woke. But like I said, when I was reviewing the show, especially that last episode with you, Padawannabe, I felt that what helped the series was its supporting cast. There was some woke messaging in it.
Yep.
Right.
But its supporting cast helped it overall to have
and it was
likable.
Yeah, it did have those messages, but they weren't like they didn't keep beating you with it. Like we kind of got with was it Atabaya and her having the same-sex kind of marriage and that kind of stuff. And it's like, that is today's woke message. But in no way did they throw that and smear it and go, remember this part, remember who she is. I never felt that way. I just felt like I think James Gunn can make good content. But yeah, it's like when people start talking, he just wants to talk back, and then he's like, oh, look what I'm gonna do. I mean, it almost becomes like a pony show, like, oh, you didn't like that one, huh? Well, wait till you see the next one.
Well,
it's such a strange dynamic going on.
Right. And see, that's the one thing I really haven't heard much about is basically his attack on fans on social media. I haven't heard anybody really talk about that. So, and I never saw any scenes really about that except for the big reveal that they had in there, which I think is absolutely horrible. And the large, like I said, I've seen very large scenes from it. via Jace. He was kind enough, or cruel enough, I should say, to show it to me. And I thought it was what I saw through there was utter crap. How they were treating Jonathan and Martha Kent, how they were treating, some of the scenes. Like, this is like a Marvel movie. I don't want to see a friggin' Marvel movie in DC.
That, and for our ethnic viewers, that's mierda with a capital M.
Okay.
And it's good to see Steven Ransom here. Long time no see, brother. Good to have you here.
Okay, he's still under. No one has paid for that ransom to get him free, so he can be Stephen Freeman. Come on, people. We gotta start a GoFundMe so we can get Steven out of his ransom.
But yeah, Steven, I'm looking at it here. I'll go ahead and switch the screen I'm sharing because I typed it in when I saw your message just because I was curious myself. And it says July 11th is when it came out. And I'm using Microsoft Bing as my resource.
Bing, 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 bing. That was your first mistake.
Yeah. So we know that Superman made 123 million here, but according to other updates, like the one that you see right now, it made 217 million globally. But I just still don't think it's going to have the staying power to reach $1 billion. It might reach 500.
If Lilo and Stitch is still trying to get $1 billion, because they were kind of close, weren't they? I mean,
they were.
It just seemed like, the speed might not allow, the speed at which it's declining may not allow it to get to $1 billion.
And that's the problem with a lot of movies that are released now. They don't have a lot of longevity.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
longevity,
either longevity or the reason to, like, I guess that's the repeat viewing or the drive to go out and buy it after, there's not a whole lot of it factor anymore. Wow me, man. Come on, wow me. Yeah, F1. That's like the one I'm excited to see that. But that's my racing background. It's like racing movies really pump me up. I enjoy those. I enjoy the excitement in them and stuff. And so,
then he goes out and he jumps into his 87 Yugo and starts racing through the town, top speed of about 37 miles an hour. And
I want to go fast, mama. Shake and bake.
Yeah, you got numbers on there and the rally stuff. Yeah, it's like,
what happened to my car? Oh, your water pump, it blew.
Yeah.
Woo wee, go fast, turn left. Yeah, baby.
Well, you can have a Travant. That's even better,
So if you're taking the global opening for Superman, it powered to 217 million, but I don't know if it has enough staying power to 500 million or 600 million. Well,
I think it's going to be a long crawl to 500. It will not make $1 billion. And I don't think they're going to get their money back on it. I think this is going to be a major disappointment to the uppers of DC and Warner Brothers, because I think they were expecting more of a wow factor, and it didn't have that. Again, there's a lot of people that did like it, and like the one person said, their 10-year-olds loved it. It's like, that's perfect. They would love something like that.
That's the thing. The word of mouth, especially with our previous commenter saying that the kids loved it. That's what's going to have parents taking their kids to the theater to go see it, because the kids will be entertained. The adults might be watching it going, I don't get any of this, or even, the ones that still follow what's going on and, the current comics will go, why did they include that? Or, okay, that's pretty neat. They included this.
And the kids don't care about the lore. They just flashy zip and all that,
Oh, that's what I was going to mention. I kind of forgot when we started talking yesterday when we had Lester on. He mentioned something about this. And God, don't lose this point again. It's such a good one. Crap. it was more like the lore. Like, is this? He said it kind of made him feel like he needed to do his homework, but that, like I looked at it like that can be a good thing though. Like, did I watch a movie and go, oh, I didn't really know about that aspect. Let me do some more. I'm really interested in Superman, and I didn't know that. It's kind of like when I would see X-Men movies. Granted, I knew most of that before they introduced it. But if there was something that would come up in there, I'd be like, oh, maybe I need to go find some more. It kind of excites you because it's giving you more that you didn't know. But at the same time, it can shoot you in the foot because people are like he said, I didn't know I had to do homework to view this.
Yeah. Yeah,
But should we take Padawanabe's? Should we take Padawanabe's opinion serious? I mean, he did like X-Men '97.
Everybody's got an opinion. We've all got an opinion. Barrett, you know what they say about opinions? They're like a-holes. We all got them.
I am an a-hole, so I mean, right, Patty?
I know you guys haven't seen it, but I know you'd like that one. For whatever happens to anything, I watched it and I was like, God, dude, this is good. I don't know what to say, man.
I don't have the service, so I can't see it. So that's about the only reason why I haven't. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's right. It is on a different one. See, I'm just so used to everything being on Netflix, and when it's not, I'm like, it's not on Netflix.
It's Disney Plus. It would have been on Netflix if they didn't do that. Disney Plus.
But as Chris Boyle said, I think they aren't as critical in their young age, and he's referring to kids who enjoyed it.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a different demographic you're looking at. Like, they don't look at, like, I saw a commercial and it shows Crypto sleeping and he rolls off a shelf or something and then he just starts floating. And I'm like, it's cute they got the dog in there, but how much did that cost? We're going to make a dog float? That's where the money went? Well, that's where a lot of money went. It's just what they do for CGI sometimes. I'm really kind of blown away that it seems like they're just going to go ahead and do everything with CGI.
Well, they started doing
it seems so expensive.
Well, they were starting to do that big push using crypto out there for advertising, whether it's milk bones or whatever. And I mean, obviously they're trying to get people to buy milk bones. But again, what's it doing? The kids are seeing it and they're going, "Oh, look! Let's get that dog in there." And,
Mom, Dad, can I have some milk bones? No, you don't want a dog treat.
Yeah,
I want crypto cereal.
They got the dog in the film. Well, we got to watch it because it's got a dog. I mean, remember back when we were that age, and it's like, it's a dog.
We remember back.
And what happens?
That age, and our grandparents, they see a dog or a cat. I know of my one grandmother, it was usually dogs because she loved dogs, and she said, "Oh, look at that cute dog."
And what's going to happen? Just like every Dalmatian movie that comes out, in 3 years, we're going to see a bunch of cryptos in the pounds or the shelters or. I hate to say that,
if we're not going to see people buying a dog like Crypto already, because
exactly.
Remember, the original Crypto was a lab.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it. Wasn't black. Wasn't even white the whole time.
He was a white lab.
He was white.
It always was white. Okay.
Yeah. Crypto was.
And I guess the white, I never would have thought was a Labrador, offhand. I'd be like, white dog.
Because he's an alien dog. That's why. I mean,
whoa. Something fell. Oh, okay. We're safe.
Help. He's fallen. He can't get up.
It's not good when you look behind you. You hear something fall and you look behind you and you have no idea what fell. Like,
or organized. You see something fall, but then it goes behind something as it's falling. It's like, where did it land?
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll get to that later. Falling behind the shelf. That's the worst.
And Tree Rock is absolutely right when he says this. They shouldn't have language like that in a Superman film. You got to try to
not if they're gearing it to kids. I mean, you go into stores, you see toys that are geared for kids for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, imagine if Christopher Reeve's movie had an F-bomb in it. People would have been outraged.
Oh, hell yeah. And the thing is, I don't think Christopher Reeve would have gone with it. Or Henry Cavill.
No. So let's go ahead and read this article by Nancy Taglioni.
Mm-hmm.
And
could you imagine an old Christopher Reeve movie? God, could all you hippies just get out of here?
I mean, honestly, I can hear Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor actually dropping an F-bomb.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's just like, God, why are there so many pores? No. Lex, oh my God.
Here's what I need: F and Superman. I'm F and Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mind.
That Mr. Walker bought me effing Superman.
And Mrs. Walker exposing her breasts, just ripping those off and let the babies out. It's like, no, you don't want that in Superman.
Or wait, excuse me, Mr. Pryor, you're wanting to shoot nuclear missiles? No, or whatever, there's no effing way I'm going to let you do that.
But it says Superman, the first movie in Peter Safran and James Gunn's revamped DC Studios Phase 1, Gods and Monsters, has leaped to $217 million global opening. That's in line with the pre-weekend projection of at least $200 million. Yesterday, see below, we increased that to the $210 million plus range. The majority of business came from domestic, as the Gunn-directed Warner Brothers tentpole experienced some not expected softness in parts of Asia, while in such European majors as Germany, France, and Italy, Soups landed a second-place start as Jurassic World Rebirth tugged on his cape to retain number one in the sophomore session.
Oh, that is not good.
Mm-mm.
I mean, when Jurassic Park is on its second week and they can't beat it.
The international box office debut for Superman is estimated at $95 million. We will have more on Superman in just a bit. In the meantime, some hot takes on the other titles in the marketplace. Universal Emblem's Jurassic World Rebirth easily crossed $500 million worldwide this weekend. Only the fifth Hollywood title to the milestone. So this year, that's not good. That's not good. I mean, think back to pre-COVID days. You would have multiple movies hitting 500 million, not just Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing was, movies did bad because other movies were doing so good. Not just because you decide not to see it.
I'm talking about movies crossing the 500 million or more threshold.
No, yes, I understand. We've had so many of them. I was just saying, like a movie that would do 100 million in the 90s had a lot of competition making it only make 100 million. Now, people are just electing not to go see. It's not like there's another movie people are running to go see. That's all I meant. Like we just had so much product.
You still have to take into account inflation. So what were these films doing coming out together and the amounts that they were making? Were they hitting those those big marks, even though they were competing with each other? Because people went out to the movie constantly. And sometimes, they'd watch one film, then go get a ticket and go watch another one as they're in the metroplexes. So that's one of the things. I mean, you don't really see that happening anymore. You have these films all in there. It's like they just see the one, they don't go to the other.
I used to do that, Baron. I used to go watch one movie and then go watch another.
Right. I mean, I saw Seabiscuit, and then I went and saw, was it League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? Yeah, we won't even talk about that. But
I like that movie.
Or was it Pirates of the Caribbean? I can't remember. I wasn't that impressed with it. I mean, I didn't hate on it like others did, but I was not that impressed with it. but yeah, I mean, I can't remember was Pirates or what, because that whole weekend we saw 3 films, but we saw one by itself, and that might have been Pirates by itself. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. That was the last time I really ever did that. And by just telling you the films, you know about what year or what date that was.
And Steven, great to see you, brother. I hope you have a good day, and don't be a stranger.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and I hope your kidnappers treat you okay. You know.
Leave breadcrumbs.
Yeah. Like Hansel and Gretel. Right, Hansel? Ah, yes, Gretel. Gretel. Stupid.
Raw person there, raw person. But Jurassic
We
World's
don't know what
you?
their pet names for each other are. They could.
How dare
Hansi
you?
and Greta.
But Jurassic World Rebirth becoming only the 5th Hollywood title to the 500 million worldwide milestone this year, and the 2nd for Universal, with 529.5 million through today. Also, Disney's Lilo and Stitch is now this close to becoming the first 1 billion movie of 2025 at 994.3 million through today. Yeah, but it's taken a long time to do it.
Yeah, that's just it.
So I'm sorry. I know that sounds like a negative Nancy, but when it takes your movie that long to reach 1 billion, that's not really a milestone or an accomplishment.
No.
So I'm sensing right before this movie goes out, there's going to be some empty pre-bought theaters just to hit the B.
Yeah, probably. But the one thing you can give is staying power. At least it stayed that long to be able to get to that amount. So
yeah,
that's almost like the old days where it took a little while in the theaters to get there, but it was still having the staying power to be in the theaters to get to that mark. So
well, my big thing with this remake, I have not heard hardly any, if any, disdain or comments on how this wasn't right. Little Mermaid comes out, we hear all kinds of things. All these Aladdin comes out, we hear all kinds of things. And this one, I haven't heard nearly as much.
I've heard people say they didn't like the change to the ending.
Oh, well, yes. I'm just saying it doesn't seem like it's as prevalent. Yeah, but I think they all have done that pretty much. None of them are true original remakes. Because even Aladdin, I mean, they did more than just change the genie in Aladdin. Like some of the scenes they took a little bit different direction to get to the same conclusion.
Yeah, Will Smith was out there slapping people, saying, "Keep my wife's mouth name out of your mouth."
Isn't it great to be me?
His racist stuff against white people.
Jeez. Oh, these pants are hot.
All right, so it says, turning back to Superman, there are a handful of observations to be made as regards to overseas, which are not yet clearly defined. We initially saw a 100 million plus start, which, as noted, ended up at 95 million. Not the biggest of gaps, excuse me, but why? Here are a handful of theories I've heard floated. Front loading, maybe Superman is just a bit too American. There's nothing super about this new movie's story. And yeah, I've heard that from people too, that there's nothing that really makes you go, this is a good Superman story.
And you know what? Deadline can just go F themselves with it. It's too American. What, you mean the stuff that you had with Marvel, Captain America, and stuff like that? Just shut your effing mouth, you pieces of shit.
This is hilarious.
That's all that. Dateline can go F themselves big time, especially for that.
I don't even understand this. Like, okay, too American, right? But a movies like Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 2, which is completely everything they do in those movies is American. You know, American attitude, American problem solving, American arguments. But that movie, I never heard this too American until very recently.
Because of
And
the star power of Will Smith. No, you can't say that
well,
people
okay,
wanted to
yeah.
see the Bad Boys movies because of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Usually, Will Smith is the one that draws everybody in.
Yeah, and Martin Lawrence coming back in those movies caught me by surprise. I was like, wow, this guy's back in it. I mean,
But the thing is you have the name Superman. Why did the other Supermans do well overseas? Everybody knows what Superman is. So all that is just bullshit propaganda from Deadline, because we all know what Deadline is. They're just a rag. They've always been a freaking rag of late. So they just go F themselves. It has nothing to do with it being too American.
It has everything to do with little to no interest.
Right. I mean, the Europeans love Westerns. Europeans love Westerns. You can't get more American than the Western. Remember when they were making spaghetti Westerns?
Yeah,
as long as it's not inspired by the Seventh Samurai.
Italy was the one that was producing a lot of those spaghetti westerns because they loved westerns. They built western towns.
Yeah.
Is that why they're called spaghetti westerns? Because Italy made them?
Yes, that's the real reason why
I
they're
didn't know that.
Oh,
I thought it had something to do with a film style or something.
Oh, you did not. Hey, we educated Battle Wannabe. I think we get a gold star for that.
That's just, I would have heard and I would have been like, there's no way that's real. and they still allow us to say that term, huh? Okay.
Because you know what? They don't care.
It's a spaghetti western.
Yeah, they're proud of
Mamma
them.
mia. Giddy up, huh?
Unlike us, they don't have sensitive manginas.
No, we do not have feelings. We are stoic.
Oh, Italians Italians have feelings.
They do. I know.
They do have feelings.
Europe's very different. Europe's very different. The Italians are one of those. One of the nationalities to me, one of the cultures where they get very passionate, very, very explosive. Bam!
And they love using their hands to talk. You know how you confuse an Italian? You tie one of his hands behind his back, then he can't talk.
What? You do not understand what my words are saying? Oh, I am insulted. I say more with my hands than with my mouth.
But the article goes on to say in the major DC region of Latin America, Superman was the #1 movie with a 50% share, and the number ones in 13 markets. Mexico, which is the second best international start overall behind the UK's 9.8 million, gave Superman a dominant 8.8 million #1 launch, including previews. The results are 35% above Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, 61% higher than Captain America Brave New World, and 72% over Man of Steel.
But wait a moment, I thought the film was too American, you friggin' bastards.
That's what she said in the line up above.
Yep.
Well, America was half Spanish.
See?
It was.
See?
China was
there. Go for it. Sorry.
China was the third biggest launch market for Superman, but as I've continuously noted, we had a very low number earmarked for this market. It did 6.6 million through Sunday. There is some superhero, I hate the term fatigue there. Well, you may hate the term, but it's true. There is superhero fatigue. A movie like Superman shouldn't make just 123 million domestically alone.
Right. Over that length of time, from Thursday to today.
I don't know how
Well,
many people I've said there's superhero fatigue, and they're all, oh, Mike, you're crazy. It's not superhero fatigue, it's story fatigue. Fine, say it's story fatigue, but guess what the story is attached to? A superhero film, a comic book film.
Yeah.
And people have lost interest.
Right. And the thing is, I'm in that category saying the superhero fatigue is because of the stories, because they're coming up with the stupidest stories now. And all it is flashbang, ouijas, stupid humor, garbage. They're not true comic book films we're getting. We need to get back to the basics of Reeves' Superman, Keaton's Batman, stuff like that. That is basically you are watching a comic book on the screen, and you're not going out and destroying, having basically 9/11s left and right because you're destroying these buildings with thousands of people in them.
Unfortunately, Baron, that has been what we've been getting ever since that tragic day.
Right.
X-Men 97. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, can we get rid of him? Can I get rid of him, please? Come on, I got my hand on the button. Please, say I can do it.
How about no?
Yeah. Oh, you want that? You want that? Do you really want that?
How about no?
There you go, Patty, just for you.
Help for being repressed.
Okay, fine.
Help! I'm being repressed! That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So
you can kiss my metal ass.
Shiny. You forgot Shiny. This article has just proven itself to be a ton of bullshit. I'm sorry.
I mean, like you were mentioning, I think Mike was just gonna say, like 123 million. That should be like opening night, right?
Right.
For this kind of movie, I mean,
it should at least be the Friday night opening.
Yeah.
Or at least the weekend without Thursday.
Or at least Friday and Saturday.
Let's be honest. Just not counting in the Thursday stuff, the pre-advanced stuff, it only made 94 million, I believe. 94. Right? That's not counting the big we got the super secret early showings. So I mean, you needed to have Thursday get up to 125 or whatever it was, 2026 or whatever. But 94 for just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And Tree Rock says, "Can anyone focus on one thing anymore? Focus on 3 characters, just like TOS Star Trek? 3 characters, just like Star Wars? 3 characters, just like Jaws, for crying out loud? I mean, heck, even admit it. Next Generation, 3 characters. It was Picard, Riker, and Data.
Right. Even though it started out trying to be this huge ensemble cast and Gene Roddenberry Wayne, everybody have their moment in every episode, which you can't do. You need to have that core base 3, and anybody else that comes in that might be a background that people catch on become bigger in the parts, like Scotty in Star Trek. He if they would have gone for a 4th season, he would have been in the main credits. James Gunn, But the thing is
I mean, you even
have organic growth with the other characters.
I mean, even on Deep Space Nine, it was Cisco, Kira, and Dax.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do that with countless series. Like even Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, there's more than 3 people, but there is those 3 main characters. Again, you kind of have that. You have the 2. What would it be in story? Like you have the 2 guys that are the buddies or the yin and yang of each other, and then you have the 3rd person that brings in that perspective kind of thing, Right. Granted, Daisy Duke's perspective was just short shorts, but
let's face it. If you want to say that Bo, Luke, and Daisy were the trio, you can do it that way. You can say Bo, Luke, and Uncle Jesse were the trio, or Bo, Luke, and Cruder.
I would say more Cruder.
It's a name. It's a name, YouTube. It's a name. Not a.
You're trying to say it's not 3 Hooters and 2 Hooters that aliens have?
And maybe it wasn't a trio, but it was a duo. You had Michael Knight and you had Kit.
Right. Yeah, you don't necessarily even need to have a trio, just even a duel. I mean, like in comedy movies, we're used to have the duel. Laurel and Hardy, Bud, Abbott and Costello. Sometimes you had more of that. You had the Three Stooges. You had the Marx Brothers, which is basically, even though you had Zeppo and Gummel in the background and didn't last all that long, you had, of course, Groucho, Harpo, Chico. You got I Spy, where it was Robert Culp and Bill Cosby. So, Starsky and Hutch. Well, Starsky and Hutch, you can throw in Huggy Bear, maybe.
Huggy Bear,
with
yeah,
that.
man.
And sometimes it is the Lone Warrior. Rockford File. Yeah, he had Rocky, his dad, he dealt with. But, Magnum P.I. You had Magnum. You had, how come I got a mental block on the freaking Butler's name?
Butler.
But you had those two going back and forth with each other, and then of course add in those friends. So yeah, it's you don't want to get more than three.
Yeah,
you can do it 1, 2, 3.
I mean, King of Queens. What made that show watchable? Yeah, you can say Leah Remini was good in it. Kevin James was good in it, but it was Jerry Stiller that held the group together.
Yeah,
so
I mean, when Jerry Stiller and Kevin James were together getting into trouble, it was like the Munster with Grandpa and Herman. It's like those two got together, there was trouble. And you had the three there. You had Herman, Lily, and Grandpa.
Yeah, I just don't get the mindset why, especially for a Superman film, you have to throw in other characters into a Superman film. Introduce them as you're going on with your new universe. Slowly, put them in here, put them in there. But I also haven't seen the film, so what's the context of how they're used? And
I like I said, I've seen some of the scenes where the others are being used in there, and it's like, I mean, I don't know how much they're used in the film, but I don't know if what I saw was basically their big moment.
Is this in reference to like the cameo superheroes?
Well, I did see the one cameo, but this is like the Justice Gang. Really, honestly, that's the best you can freaking do.
Well,
when they introduced
they did call him the Blur on Smallville. He was called the Blur on Smallville.
Yeah. But it should be Superman, Lois, and Lex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then,
Lois is
Jimmy
that
a little bit here, and
Lois is that factor that it's the romantic for Superman, but the leverage for Lex. I mean that, and we all know the loved ones are no matter how many they are, they kind of become that character. It's like, ooh, that's a leverage love kind of, use it both ways. But nobody hurt him. That's gonna get ended.
The thing is, and then you have Jimmy and Perry White, more background, but important still. There's still, just because you're more of a background character doesn't mean that you're worthless. In fact, sometimes they can steal the show for the short amount of time.
Those are the characters that bring the relatability. Like, we've all had a hard-ass boss, and we've all had that kid at the office that we like or get along with. These are the less superhero factors we're getting in there. But we all know that. I mean, that's why, all these superheroes back in the day had to have their sidekick, right? I mean, that's just the way things went back then.
Right. You had Speedy with that was with
Flash.
Green Lantern.
Was that Flash? Green Lantern.
Green Arrow. I think was Speedy was with Green Arrow.
Oh, yes.
Batman and Robin. Then they,
Aqualad.
Aqualad, stuff like that. And I'm glad they kind of got away from doing that, but and Perry White's got to say Great Caesar's Ghost. I'm sorry. If you don't have Perry White saying Great Caesar's Ghost at least once in a Superman project, you've done it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Great Caesar's Ghost.
And real quick, I do want to say hello to Yaron, also known as Shane. He will be joining me this coming Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern for the next episode of The Adventure Continues, a Star Trek discussion, where we will be watching and discussing, and I invite you all to watch along with us, That Which Survives.
Well, you're wrong.
And I also want to say hello to Nico Bellic, who says there's a big plot hole in Superman. Why couldn't Superman use his X-ray vision to see Ultraman, Hammer, Borvia's face? Come on, Mike, speak. And instead of being surprised by seeing his face, he should have known way before.
Unless they, they could have fixed that with one thing, a line that it was lead line.
Yeah.
If they would have dropped a line like that, I can't see through it because it's lead, or you can see him trying to do it and he can't get.
Or they've used some infused lead through the. Yeah,
right.
That's a silly reason why they can't.
But it's a real thing.
Things.
They've used that with Superman many times, where they hide something in lead so he can't see it. But the thing is, this is James Gunn. It's like.
Yeah, we're not going to get all of it 100%.
No, but you would think with someone like James Gunn and Peter Safran, you've got to include both of them being the head of the DCU, that particular entertainment division at Warner Brothers, that they would do their research and try to throw in things for not just fans, but for the lore of Superman and explain it a little bit for those who may not be aware of it.
Right.
I
understand
it now. I understand it now. James Gunn is like a DJ. He gives us he gives us our favorite hits, but that's not the version I grew up with. Why is he scratching in the middle of Led Zeppelin?
Hey, there are no DJs anymore. They're a dead breed. They're now radio announcers.
Only DJ Ronnie G. That's the last surviving DJ.
I am in retirement. Yeah. I was there spinning the discs or playing the tapes. They didn't necessarily appreciate me, but that's beside the
point. We got the stacks of wax.
The stacks of wax, man. We're going to be rocking through the night. I tell you what, we got the Beach Boys coming up as well as Linda Ronstadt. So get in your cars, cruise around, because we're going to have a wild time. I tell you. Oh!
Yeah, baby.
Wolfman Jack.
But Shane says a good writer can balance different stories and characters, but DC doesn't have good writers right now.
No, they don't.
Sadly, they don't. I mean, even when I saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the best part of that movie was Rocket's story.
Yeah. I mean, Nico gave us that plot hole. He gave us that plot hole in there. How long did it take for us to fix it? Right? And they're not able to. We fixed that plot hole.
Mm-hmm.
If we were in charge of the project, hey, make sure you tell him that is, somehow show him that's lead-lined helmet he's wearing, so he can have that. But he doesn't think that way. He wants to have that aha moment, but it doesn't make sense.
You could have an aha moment if done right.
Right. Oh yeah.
Oh, I gotta go save my dog. I'll be right back.
But unfortunately, like you just said, Baron, they don't know how to do it right anymore.
Exactly. Poor Tree Rock. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to bring back bad memories on that. When I think of Wolfman Jack, I think of American Graffiti. You want some popsicles? The freezer's broken. Here, have a popsicle. Oh, yeah. Actually, he wasn't talking like that when he did that, but if you haven't seen American Graffiti, anybody out there has not seen American Graffiti, watch American Graffiti. And you'll ask yourself, George, why didn't you continue on doing films like that after Star Wars?
He could have.
He could have. I mean, I know they did more of American Graffiti, but he wasn't involved in it. Sucked, but that's beside the point. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, I'm just going to go through this real quick.
I'll shut up now. By the way, screw you, Deadline. Go on, Mike.
But it says that as the author continuously noted, for China, they had very low market expectations for Superman for its release, and it did 6.6 million through Sunday. And of course, James Gunn and Peter Safran actually went there, sans the cast. Brazil had 5.9 million opening, and it was number 1 there.
Yeah, well, of course the cast didn't want to go. They didn't want to get kidnapped.
Yeah. Rounding out the top 5 are Australia at 5.3 million, Korea at 4.2 million. And it says IMAX overall was 30.4 million globally, including 11.3 coming from the international markets, representing a 12% share of the weekend box office. And again, it goes over the top countries. It said in India, 3.8 million, Spain 2.9 million, and Japan 2.5 million. And I'm not going to read the previous because we have everything that we need right here.
Deadline's such a poor piece of garbage, contradicting themselves and everything in their stories.
Well, they're not the only ones who contradict themselves.
I do all the time, but that's beside the point. But they're professional. I'm not.
And I know, for the longest time I've said, I don't want to see this movie. I don't have any interest in seeing it. But, after hearing what some people that, we've done stream with have to say about the movie, it's like, I might give it a chance, but I've got to decide, do I want to spend 10, 11 bucks and go to the movie theater and see it, or wait for it to come out on digital to rent, not buy it, but to rent, and pay, $4 or $5 to watch it.
Right. I mean, I'm in the camp of, and I always had been in the camp of, going, well, I'll probably see it streaming, no matter what anybody says. Just like if they would have put Batgirl, finished it up because they're so close, and put it on streaming, I would have watched it.
I would have watched it so we can judge it for ourselves.
Right. I want and to see how bad this really is, or maybe it wasn't so bad. But I mean, some of the stuff we saw was just horrible. But maybe it'll be a good laugh film that could be riffed at, or whatnot. The same thing with Superman. I mean, I just still wanted to hear what people's opinions. And I tell you, amongst their own community, it's back and forth. But I'm not here. The highest I heard was, I don't know who it was out there that said that was 8 out of 10. They thought, but but most of the highest we heard was 6, 7. You said, someone was saying 6, 7 or whatever in that category. Well, when you go into 6, you're getting close to Midland. I mean, it's it's still good, still watchable, but does it mean you're going to come back and see it again?
I've had many movies myself that I've rated as 6, and I thought about going back to see, but it's like, nah, I saw it once. That's good for me.
Yeah, or maybe when it comes to TV, it's like, okay, it's out there. But maybe if I'm going around, there's nothing really on TV. Oh, here it is. Oh, what the hell? I'll watch it. I mean, I've done that many times in the day.
And, as we've seen with James Gunn flip-flopping on a lot of topics, since he's been named the co-CEO of the DC side of things over at Warner Brothers, he has shown to be a poor choice to run that side.
Yeah, well, Creature Commandos, I don't think was a success.
No, I don't even think it tipped the needle.
Right. And that was his big, start, whiz-bang start of his universe. And this is going to tie into everything that he's doing. And in fact, he's just doing the Marvel effect. And I think that's going to run its course really fast.
I mean, I've already said we can watch it as a watch party once it becomes available to rent. And we can all judge it for ourselves.
Right. I mean, I'm more than willing to watch it. I mean, I watched so much of it already with clips.
You feel like you've already seen the whole movie.
Well, the important bits,
to a certain extent, I should say.
Right. And what I saw, I was not impressed. but I'm still willing to watch the whole friggin' thing, right? So I'm giving the from what I saw, but again, I haven't seen the whole thing. I know it was coming from Jay, so he was going to make sure he shows the really bad parts because he does not like this film at all.
Well,
and that's his opinion. I mean, I respect it.
Based on what you've seen, you're judging it on the sum of its parts.
Yeah,
not on its whole.
Right. So I'm not going to go out there totally and hate on this because again, I haven't, I've seen more of it than you have. Cash had too. But I'm still not going to go, just say what I saw I didn't like. That's the most I'm going to go. Again,
I'm not going to ask you to elaborate any further either.
Right. The only things I'm really attacking on is James Gunn, his brother, Safran, for doing a horrible job leading up to this and the shit that they were seeing, which again starts alienating fans. And they're going, oh, great, this is going to go woke. And a lot of people sat back and said, no, it's not woke. And these are people we respect. But it hurt. It hurt. They probably could have done a lot better if it wasn't for their mouths, their statements they say. James Gunn, utter and total contempt for fans and people out there, which he made it known, which, a lot of people go, I mean, there's a lot of people that had contempt for Schneider, but they still watched the Schneiderverse films.
Yeah, they did, and they watched the 4-hour Snyder cut, although I had to take breaks watching that.
Yeah. Well,
my butt was getting numb.
Right. I mean, that's a film that either you break it down part 1, part 2, what you did, or you make sure there's intermissions. Well, it's easy for us to do intermissions, just hit the pause button. But that's something you expect for a film that long. And if it holds you for that 4 hours, then it's doing a good job. And most of the film was in slow motion, so that kind of helped it along.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I don't know. I haven't seen the 4 hour.
Zack Snyder in his slow motion. Oh, it's in there, Baron. It's in there.
Well, you know what?
No, we are not doing that as a watch party.
And no, 4 hours. Frig that, Mike. I say, okay, screw you guys. I'm out of here. I wish I had that clip. But the thing is Gunn is using the slow motion stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gunn just seems like he wants to grab
ever since
else.
the Matrix. Since the Matrix, everybody uses slow motion.
What I saw is all Gunn is doing is not his own originality. He's just taking from other people left and right. Whether again it's Invincible, with how Jor-El is, some of the other slow motion like Zack Snyder would do. I mean, that what I saw was just basically him doing copy pastes. His Guardian of the Galaxy humor that he's throwing in there that shouldn't be there.
No.
Well, it doesn't make sense.
We do have a couple of articles related to Superman that we're going to talk about before we talk about our last one from that park place. And don't worry, I checked this time to make sure it wasn't part of the VIP plan.
This is the Super Sunday Pop Talk. Da, 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 da. I mean, between that and Batman 89, those are both having some of the greatest music and intros into it.
Mm-hmm.
Da, 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 da. They set the moods for what the characters are so brilliantly. So brilliantly.
And also the way they film the movies, the lighting, and
God,
making Gotham look like it'd been lived in.
Bravo on the set designers.
Yep.
That is one of the ultimate comic book films. I don't care what anybody says. And Superman, Superman 1 and 2, because they're basically back to back. But
so let's go ahead and get into this next article here. Director James Gunn's brother Sean reacts to backlash against Superman immigrant angle on red carpet. We support our people.
Oh yeah, this is one of the things I was talking about. I didn't realize. Okay, I know I kind of jumped the gun.
Oh, you didn't jump the gun. You just didn't know what else I had in store. All right.
Well, you went through a whole list before we came on, but then we got into our conversations, which turned into the Green Room Show. And then had, of course, Tim out there going, "Where are you guys? Where are you guys?" Hey, look, boobies.
It's just saying the no sugar challenge, Baron. It's nothing that's gonna get the channel waxed or axed.
Well, kind of, because it looks like they're candles. It's gonna get waxed because they're candles. Look what I did.
That's why I said waxed.
Ah, I see what you did there. Cool. You know,
So,
the one down,
what's up, buddy?
One down and over to the right. That's my body type right there.
I was gonna say,
my boobs are bigger.
I was gonna say, this looks like a whole creature. There's the mouth.
Yeah,
there's
the
chin, belly button, the eyes, ears.
It looks like a Star Wars alien. Yeah, but that's my body type though, except my breasts are bigger.
Oh, me monkey solo.
All right. So it says that James Gunn came clean and made it clear that Superman will be political as well as an immigrant story. Superman's an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country, but for me, it's mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and is something we have lost. The director said in a Times of London interview.
See, and that's one of the things that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Him opening his big stupid mouth and being a friggin' moron.
All right. It says, yes, it plays differently, but it's about human kindness, he added. And obviously, there will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offensive just because it is about kindness. But screw them. The expected reaction was swift, with many analysts labeling the film super woke, especially on Fox News, although from same people I've talked about, they were saying it's not woke. So
right. But the thing is, it didn't help because you guys were out there saying about how you're making this a woke piece.
Mm-hmm. So how are people supposed to react?
And my question here, there wasn't human kindness in Christopher Reeve's Superman?
Of course there was.
So Mr. Junior Gunn troll, you're trying to pass off saying that this is the only Superman that has human kindness? When you had human kindness with Christopher Reeve, you had George Reeves' human kindness going back to the 1950s, or even the comic books themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We know Superman is about kindness. That's why we complained when Zack Snyder was starting to turn him darker, and said that's not Superman. Why? Because Superman is a beacon of hope, a light.
That's the symbol stands for, hope.
He is like the candle being held high on Lady Liberty in the comic book world. He's up there in the sky, boom, as a beacon, like that. So, Sean Gunn, right off the bat, shove it up your butt.
And let's see, there will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offensive just because it's about kindness, but screw them. The expected reaction was swift, with many analysts labeling the film super woke, especially on Fox News. Fox News correspondent and former Trump campaign manager and consultant Kellyanne Conway, sitting in for Sean Hannity, reacted thusly via comic book movie. We don't go to the movie theater to be lectured to and to have somebody throw their ideology onto us. Variety, writing the reaction off as coming from MAGA. Asked Gunn on the red carpet at the Superman premiere his response. James Gunn response to MAGA backlash over calling Superman an immigrant.
I think this movie is about kindness, which everyone can relate to.
That wasn't the backlash, Sean. That wasn't the backlash.
Well, James doesn't seem to understand that, Baron.
Yeah, James, it's not what. That's not. It's basically saying we don't want to be lectured to and have whatever politics coming in there, which you were threatening. You were saying was going to be in there. They're reacting to what you said, the super woke stuff. People weren't complaining about the immigrant angle. They weren't. Why? Because it was done by two immigrants, two Jewish immigrants, writing about hope, writing about how great this land is. How it is that they're blessed to be in this land, that their parents were immigrants in there legally. But you're trying to go out there and start using this as a background for illegal immigration.
This quote is funny to me. He's like, it's about kindness, you a-holes. Can't you just be nice to her? F you.
Right. Well, that's just it. There's about kindness, and they're not being kind at all. They're being a-holes.
So funny.
There is a lot of MAGA out there that love Superman. Obviously.
Oh, man.
I'm one of them. I see Superman as the fact that you had a refugee from a dead planet that came here and had a second chance of life. And now he's dedicating it to helping this country.
So
he's a
Earth
refugee, not
is
illegal.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, is Earth Krypton's Australia?
No, that's a penal colony. And no, not that way either, Pat O'Malley. No. Remember, this is a group of people that when we did have a true refugee that came to this country, they broke into the house pointing automatic weapons at the kid and the person holding the kid so they can rip them out of their hands and send them back to frickin' Cuba. When there is a law that if you make this land from Cuba, you're here. Right? You have no leg to stand on. You lying sacks of shit. Superman is a refugee. He made it here. He was treated with kindness. People love true immigrants, the ones that come here legally and do what's necessary to become a citizen. I myself get a tear in my eye when I see them all lined up doing their oaths. They're going through what it takes to become a citizen because they love this country so much. Not coming through a back door so they can be cheap labor, cheap slave labor. What's the biggest fucking thing they're saying out there? Oh, who's going to pick my crops? Well, let's put it back to 1865. Who's going to pick my cotton? It's the same fucking thing. And I have no respect for you sons of a bitches. The children coming in to work in marijuana farms like slave labor are even worse. The back rooms for perverted, sick people without their parents here, unaccounted for. All coming through that pipeline of illegals and the coyotes, which they celebrate. And they protest us. Not waving American flags as if you really do truly love this fucking country. No, with the flags of the shithole they came from. And yes, I'm calling Mexico a shithole. What I love, though, down there is they're having the response back. Because they're pissed off at all the gringos coming in, from their words, that are coming in and basically causing costs to go up because they're coming in with all this money that they don't have and causing, food prices, housing prices. And these are basically, they're not even expatriates. They're just coming in there and whatever. So Mexico got their own. Well, that's okay. That's okay. I have no respect for anybody, especially on the left, when they sit back and say, who's going to pick our cotton? Who's going to clean our homes? Because all you are is a friggin' slave master. And it's even more disgusting when it comes from a black person. Yes, I'm calling you all out. James Gunn on down. his brother Sean, or whatever the hell his name is. All these people that live in their fucking bubble of Hollywood, that they see Jorge out there doing their lawns for dollars on the penny. You know what's happening when these people are getting, and they give the lie. Nobody here wants to do the job. As I sat back and said all along, it's not that point. They just don't want to do it for slave wage labor. And the proof of that is when these people are being shipped out because they're here illegally, every one of them are illegal. They broke the law. Every single one. But when they get deported out, guess what starts happening? Our local people start coming in. Employment is going up because of it. But these people are just beside themselves because now they actually have to do a true living wage. They have to at least go for the minimum wage, where these people that are coming in illegally are not being paid that. You think when they're all sitting around the Home Depot that they're going to walk out of there with minimum wage at least?
No. A lot less than that.
This is stopping indentured servitude, which is a form of slavery. And again, who's the ones that celebrate it? The same ones that celebrated in 1860.
The same ones, I'm going to bring it up since we're on this topic right now, Baron. The same ones who celebrated what happened 1 year ago, yesterday. July 13th, Saturday, July 13th, Pennsylvania. Anybody remember what happened? The same people that celebrated that are celebrating this.
Yeah. Should we celebrate JFK getting his brains blown out? No. But he's a Democrat.
But there were people who were celebrating a year ago about the events in Butler, Pennsylvania, weren't there?
Right. And let's bring it to even sooner, like this last week. Celebrating the fact that white children were swept away in a flood and killed. Celebrating it.
What kind of country have we become when we start celebrating the death or attempted death of a fellow American?
And then lie about it. Oh, this is because of the big, beautiful bill. No, it's not. It wasn't even in force. And all the lies that you were saying, oh, they didn't have, they had people there. They were overstaffed at the weather service. Overstaffed because of the storm. They're on there. But there's one thing. Weather has a tendency to go south on you awfully fast.
Mm-hmm.
And their models went south awfully fast. They knew something bad was going to happen, but not that bad.
Guess what? The other day, Thursday, we had a rainstorm that wasn't in the forecast come through the area and dump 4 inches of rain in 2 hours. 2 hours. Yards were flooded. Roads were flooded. Some impassable. If something like that, 4 inches can happen in 2 hours, just look at what happened in Texas. That all happened in a matter of 30 minutes.
Yeah. I saw that video and it's like, holy shit. So, as it goes, I don't give a fuck about these people. In fact, I'll say, wait, no, you're my enemy. Because you're an enemy of this nation. When you go to that depth of vileness, should I celebrate the blacks getting shot in Chicago?
No.
No. Well, they deserve it because they do it to themselves. What? No. It's horrible. It needs to be taken care of.
When you hear someone like Karen Bass saying that she's going to make sure that people who aren't in this country legally get the funds, that people who live in the Los Angeles community who are here legally should be getting, businesses should be getting, the police should be getting, the fire department should be getting. Instead, it's going to be going to those who are in the country illegally. I don't care where you're from. You come here illegally, I'm sorry, you broke the law. It's time for you to leave. I can't go to another country and enter that country illegally. You know what happens? If I do that, they're going to boot my ass.
Yeah, the bums rush out.
Throw the bum out.
Right. And let's not forget how many people are still getting screwed over because of the fire. And then they try
Mhm.
to sit back and compare this. Oh, wow, the fire did this. But yeah, you know what? The fires were completely a disaster that was done by the government. Where was the water that was needed? It wasn't
there. Wasn't there.
You let everybody down.
The mayor, the governor,
right.
the
That was
fire
you guys
chief.
doing it.
Let everybody down. Everybody in that whole community down.
We know it. And then you don't care.
People there know it, yet their voice isn't being heard.
What about Hawaii? How about those people?
Oh, you mean the $750 that they were given after the disaster that happened there?
Yeah, per family. Can't forget the per family. Or what about the loans that they're wanting to give to people around your area, Mike? It was a $750 loan.
Yep.
You had to apply for, and many people couldn't even get that. Because
And
they had to apply for it.
And then FEMA runs out of money. Why? Because they're giving it to people who don't even have a right to be here. Because I came here illegally.
We celebrate immigrants. This is a lie that's been going on for a long time that people like, I was always trying to do it, but I mean, national wide should have squashed it. I remember going back to the 90s and all that. They even did a piss poor Munster television movie with, I don't know who they all had in there. It wasn't the Munsters Today cast. But all it was about was, Americans hating on immigrants. No! The fight should have been, even from the day back then, to hammer down and say we're against the illegal. We love legal. Legal immigrants are wonderful. We adore them. We tip our hats to them. They can be the most American people there are out there because they want to live this dream. They weren't born into it.
Arnold.
People who come into this country, they work hard. Not only to earn a living in this country, but also to become a citizen. I had a friend whose grandfather worked hard to become a citizen of this country, and how proud he was when he became an official citizen.
As they should.
And a lot of those people that take those citizenship tests end up knowing more than the dullards that live here.
Yeah, because you have to study. You have to study.
Right. This is the Constitution. This is the law of the land. This is the Bill of Rights. This is what protects you from the government, not the other way around. This is telling the government to F off. This is your natural law. Anyone who sits back and says otherwise, they're liars. There's nothing in the first 10 amendments that protect the government from the people. On the contrary, the other way around. So think about the first and the second. That has nothing to do with government.
I have a friend who I've known for 40 years. 40 years. And its parents immigrated from Norway.
Oh,
God. And they both worked hard. They worked their asses off to start their own business, raise a family, and guess what? Become citizens.
But then they did the mistake. They served lutefisk at the party for becoming citizens, and they're shipped back. No, I'm kidding. That's my Norwegian joke for the day. Ba-dum-bum.
No, but I mean, his parents are great parents. I consider them a second set of parents.
Mm-hmm. Right. Norwegians can be wonderful people. I know. I met many of them. Heck, I am one of them. Not from Norway, totally, but
that's where your family line goes as far back.
Norway, Germany, a little bit of disputed areas where it was either Germany, Poland, or Russia, depends on what week it is. There might even be some Swede, but I say that with grimace.
You can't say America's not accepting. When's the last time you heard a Polak joke?
I tell them all the time. Like I said,
there was a day. There was a day and time, and we all remember it. There was a day and time where comedians poked fun at everybody. They didn't care what ethnicity you were. They poked fun at everybody.
Hey, Padawannabe, I am a Polish joke, a Polak joke. I use the phrase "hunyuk," which is kind of a derogatory term used to Slavic and Polish people. Basically, calling them idiots. But hunyuk, that right in there. But it fits. It fits for a lot of people that I say the name to.
Is that anything like Nunya? No, I'm kidding.
Well, it's stronger than schmuck. Let's just put it that way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those words that we Americans use and don't realize like how bad they really are, in the native languages. I actually like a lot of other cultures' languages. They have so many good derogatory terms and so many good put downs. And
I know. I mean, that's why when I get insulted by somebody, it's like, well, what can you say? It's like, no, I'm not taking umbrage or anything. I want to hear it because I want to use it for myself.
I'm gonna have sex with your grandmother's corpse.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow. Well, guys, we're out of here. Okay, good night, everybody.
The Force doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. It's called the male monkey, MAYO, male monkey. I just laugh my ass off, and yeah, that's I'll use it. Why? Because I'm not offended. Just like the T-shirt that says Caucasians on it, imitating the
Caucasians.
I want to get a copy of that. They try to go out there. How do you guys feel about it? Give me a copy. I want one.
I want one. Okay. So this article continues saying James Gunn walked back his remarks a little and said, "I'm not here to judge people. I think this is a movie about kindness, and I think that's something everyone can relate to." His brother Sean, who takes over the role of Pedro Pascal by playing Maxwell Lord in the film, was more direct and didn't skirt around the issue of what kind of message Superman is sending. My reaction to the backlash is that it is exactly what the movie is about. We support our people, We love our immigrants. Yes, Superman is an immigrant. And yes, the people that we support in this country are immigrants. And if you don't like that, you're not American. We're not saying we don't like immigrants. What we're saying is we don't like anybody who comes into the country illegally. Get it through your freaking skull.
Right.
I don't like
saying that.
I don't like anything that starts out with illegal alien, illegal activity, illegal firearms. I want all the stuff that we have. I just want it to be done right so we can have it. That's all, Don't mess our country up. Just come in and keep it cool.
Well, again, it comes down to this thing here. As I always sat back and said, and why I don't believe in the Big Bang or anything like that. I'm like Sir Fred Hoyle on that. Sir Fred Hoyle didn't believe in the Big Bang. That's where the name came from, was an insult. Nothing comes from chaos. Nothing builds from chaos.
Except chaos.
I mean, take a bunch of bricks and wood and all that, put dynamite on it, make it explode, and see if it does turn into a house. No, it won't, no matter how many times you do it. Chaos. These people, like John, are all about chaos, and they're using these little buzzwords. When they say immigrant, they're more than meaning illegal immigrant. They want that chaos. What does the chaos do? It destroys. You know what? Order is what builds. Order is what builds laws, because it keeps us in our lane. It reminds us. When people sit back and say, "Oh, you have a faith," if you need to have a faith in God to be a good person, you're a bad person. Okay, then how does that go with laws? It's the same damn thing. Do you follow laws? Do you need to be reminded by laws to follow that? Oh, then you're just as bad, because if we didn't have the laws, you'd be a fucking piece of scum, right? So back at you. Well, that's order. Whether you believe it comes from God, whether you believe it comes from man, whether you believe it comes, that makes the government, it doesn't matter. We need that to build. And people coming in legally to the country, that they are going to be a good addition to the nation. They're going to be good neighbors. That's why I appreciate them. I know Mike appreciates them, and I know you do, Padawan. I'm sure the majority of people in the chat appreciates them. That is what we want, not the illegal. I'm not saying the people who are illegal are all scumbags or whatever, but the thing is, you did break a law. I understand. Many of you are trying to find, but you're doing it by making others from your nation who are trying to get into this nation legally harder. You're butting in line. Who likes anybody that buds in line? Try doing that back in 1999 when people were going and waiting to get into to see the Phantom Menace and try to butt in line. You get a lightsaber prop up your ass so fast and make your head spin. People don't like it. That's what illegal immigration is, because it hurts even their quote unquote own people.
Mm-hmm. And this article continues to say that Sean Gunn said people who say no to immigrants are against the American way. Again, we're not against the American way. We're against people doing anything illegal, including entering the country.
Then why do you take the American way out, you son of a bitch?
But let's continue with the article, Baird, because
okay, sorry.
The author of the article says it's interesting that he uses the American way in his answer, aside from the blatant way he is twisting those words to advocate a current thing. DC is so averse to using the phrase that they substituted it before with a better tomorrow. Superman's marketing went on a different route with the ambiguous the human way seen on leaked packaging. Sean Gunn is the first person with any connection to DC in years to say American way in any capacity, and maybe the last. Our latest Man of Steele, David Corenswet, won't even say it, preferring all good things instead, which may be a studio assigned verbiage.
Well, and again, that's the guy who's playing Superman. You could go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm. And it says Guy Gardner actor Nathan Fillion took a lighthearted, if equally condescending approach to his answer when he got the microphone, offering hugs. Somebody needs a hug. It's just a movie, guys. He said about the controversy. Indeed, we shall see how much movie it is and if it's worth a hug by Friday. Of course, at the time this was posted, it was on Wednesday the 9th, but when you have Hollywood, whether it be producers, actors, directors, pushing their agenda down everybody's throats, that's not what we're going to a movie to be forced to put up with.
You know, the thing is this is exactly what those guys were saying. This is exactly what turned me off from wanting to see the film in the first place. Plus, some of the clips they were showing saying this is ridiculous. But most importantly, what they were fucking saying. That's what turned me off. Whether you like Fox or not, they were absolutely right with what they were saying because they're going off of the horse's ass. Usually it's the horse's mouth, but we're talking about the Guns and Corenswet with their bullshit. You can't even sit back and say the American way. I don't want to use it. Wow. What a fucking people. As you're sitting back saying, we love our people, we love our immigrants coming in, but you can't see the American way. That is what the American way is. Superman is American as apple pie. A beacon of hope. And you can't say that because you're such an ungrateful piece of shit. All of you. This is what stopped me from wanting to see the film. Only people sit back saying about getting the feedback from our friends. Maybe go, okay, maybe I'll want to see this on a streaming, but I sure don't want to drop the money. And it's like, well, at least, if you're going in that way, maybe I'll go in with more of a critical eye. I don't know. But again, when they're talking, they're wanting to push a woke agenda. Yes, a woke one. If you're wanting illegals to come in and think that's great, well, that's woke. I'm sorry. And criminal.
Yep.
Any government official, when they started doing the sanctuary city, they should have arrested every single one of those people that put it through in those cities or states. Why? Because that's illegal. It goes against the Constitution of the United States, which none of the states can do. You have to follow first and foremost our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. And if you fail at that and push something that's illegal and goes against this nation, you should be arrested. I don't care if you what party you're in or what position you're in. I don't care. You push something like that, you should be thrown in jail. I think there should have been a lot of Republicans thrown in jail for shit. I think there should have been a lot of Democrats thrown in for shit. And, you have to sit back and start saying independence, because you have people like Bernie Sanders, even though he still sides with the Democrat, the communist that he is, should be. And now if you get the Zohan coming in with New York, there's another one. Because what you're advocating is against what this nation is. You're going against the American way that you so much go out there and piss and moan and senior for when you're lying through your fucking teeth. Because you know how I know you're lying through your teeth? Because you couldn't put it in the film. You couldn't have Superman say it. You couldn't put it on your marketing. If you had For the American Way on there, Truth, Justice, the American Way, I don't care if it came from the radio show or not.
And it's part of Superman's legacy. It's part of his montage.
It's part of the evolution of Superman and how people looked at him. And it got ingrained. And the creators never balked at it. Why? Because they were living the American way.
Mm-hmm.
And they knew how great it was. They want to sit back, oh, how great is it? We got the first Jewish Superman. What does that matter? As far as
that shouldn't matter. Not
right,
in this day and age. It shouldn't matter. But you have the media, and it's always the media that are perpetuating these things.
Right. If you want to be picky about it, being that the creators are Jewish and they're taking it from their experience being Jewish immigrants, Superman's always been Jewish. My God, I feel sorry for the poor rabbi who had to perform the circumcision as bris, because how are you going to get that off? I mean, I have kryptonite. I have kryptonite Zimmer. I can do it now. I mean, the thing is, I don't even look at him that way. I look at Superman as the everyman for this nation, whether you're Jewish, you're Norwegian, Italian, Irish, whether you come from Africa, whether you come from Canada.
What nationality you're from. If you come to this country and you want to make a better life for yourself, then do it the legal way.
Black, white, Asian, Native, it don't matter. Superman is the beacon of light for all that, and that is the American way. But you're too ashamed of your country, you pieces of shit. The things that you're trying to vomit out at us, trying to seem like you're intellectual giants when you're basically going at an IQ 42 level, you just did a double standard on yourself. Because that is what's important about this country. That is what's important about Superman. That's why you don't make him dark. You make him hopeful. He's the Boy Scout. He will give you the cape off his back, and has. Superman's been nothing but kindness. That's why he makes a good opposite of Batman. Especially when we work together. Superman can do these things, Batman can do those things. Batman works in the shadow. Superman's putting himself out there. But yet they're a good team. And, well, before they wanted to fuck everything up, good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's one of the things I blame Schneider for, because he had to bring in the Dark Knight Returns into his story, Batman versus Superman, when it has no context. There was context with the Dark Knight Returns. There was something behind it, reason why. But not here. They've always been allies. They've always been friends. So you guys, you like I said, if it wasn't for the people in the chat, if it wasn't for people that we know, I would never even consider watching this film. But at least I'll watch it streaming or I'll watch party now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I stand.
And you have my word, folks. When it comes on streaming, available to rent, not to buy, but to rent, I will rent it. We will watch it, and we're gonna be honest.
Yeah, I'll promise you, I'll praise what needs to be praised, and I will damn what needs to be damned. And I'm holding back the damning that I saw because, again, it's not the full thing. What I saw I was not impressed with, but I will still see it, just not in the theater.
Well, we do have one more Superman story to talk about before we get to our final article, and let's go ahead and talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
This is posted onto Cosmic Book News on July 11th. It's by Matt McGloin, and it says David Zaslav saves us from woke black Superman.
Hey, Maddie. Good to see you again.
And it says Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav saved us all from the woke black Superman movie that was in development from J.J. Abrams and writer Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Yeah, who's a friggin' racist piece of shit, and Jar Jar Abrams, who was a hack.
In the Wall Street Journal's report on the Superman budget and box office goals and potential spin-offs, the article goes over how DC lacked a single creative leader, unlike Marvel, which has Kevin Feige running the show. So when James Gunn and Peter Safran took over DC, various projects were canceled, including Wonder Woman 3.
Oh, by the way, I now that I know, I'll make sure I call Kevin by his real name, by his name, after horribly calling him something else unintentionally because I'm an idiot.
Zaslav kills woke black Superman script from Ta-Nehisi Coates. Among the tidbits is mention of the Black Superman movie that was in development under Abrams and woke writer Ta-Nehisi Coates. The Wall Street Journal says Zaslav put a stop to the Black Superman movie because he felt it was too woke. Around the same time in 2022, Zaslav was exploring how to fix DC. He dismissed as too woke script being written by Ta-Nehisi Coates about a black Superman in the civil rights era. According to people familiar with the matter, Gunn and Safran could still try to make the movie in the future, some of the people added. So it's not quite it's not quite dead. It could still have life to it.
It needs to be buried fast.
It's also worth noting that James Gunn's Superman isn't woke, although it does explore political themes. Zaslav made it a priority to get Superman right to launch the new DCU, and it's clear he didn't want the character weighed down by the kind of wokeness that has destroyed Kevin Feige's MCU.
See, and that, Cosmic Book News sitting back saying that this new Superman isn't woke says a lot right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he said there's some politic or whatever in there, but really, it was that. Again, that's a good sign for me to want to watch it.
Yeah,
which is stronger than again what we're being told before by Guns and people like that.
Well, it just goes to show that outlets like Cosmic Book News and even Bounding in the Comics could actually sit down and watch a film and say it's not this, it's not that. That's also why I want to see it for myself, so I can say for myself, okay, this is what it is, this is what it isn't.
I'll be way up front. The clips that I saw, the extended huge clips that I saw, I didn't see any woke in it, to be honest with you. I saw stupidity, but I didn't see woke. So again, that's a good sign also.
It says, what was the Black Superman movie? The Black Superman movie was a project in development at Warner Brothers before the Warner Brothers Discovery merger, led by J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates.
It was intended to feature a black version of Superman, separate from the mainline Clark Kent character. Details include J.J. Abrams was attached as a producer through his Bad Robot banner, part of his overall deal with Warner Brothers.
Just change it. Just call it Bad Filmmaker and just drop the robot and just go Bad Filmmaker.
Ta-Nehisi Coates, a writer known for political and race-related works, was hired to write the script. Reports said Coates' take was set during the civil rights era and would heavily feature racial themes. The movie was rumored to introduce a black version of Kal-El, still named Clark Kent, rather than using an established black Superman characters like Val Zod or Calvin Ellis from the comics. I mean, that's another problem with these studios. They don't take the source material that's already there.
Yeah, you have perfect openings. You don't need to change anything. Of course, they say, "Oh, we can't create new ones, or we can't use those old ones for whatever reason."
It says actors rumored or suggested for the role included Michael B. Jordan, though Jordan was reportedly developing his own separate Black Superman project focused on Val Zod. Well, if Michael B. Jordan could do that, why couldn't Ta-Nehisi Coates and J.J. Abrams?
Because Ta-Nehisi Coates is a full out-and-out racist. And Jar Jar Abrams is a moron.
And the one that's being developed by Michael B. Jordan is for HBO Max. That project was unrelated to Coates' script.
Now, I'd rather see that one, to be honest with you. I'd have more interest in that one. Because it's expanding the universe to people, right? It's expanding the lore to people. It's showing that, there is more than, one Superman, quote unquote, out there. And this guy can go out and kick ass, right? I'm more than for that. If they're existing, why should you sweep that? That is an insult to black people. Oh, these established black characters we have are not good enough. That's an insult.
Yet they don't see it as an insult.
I do.
They're so deaf when it comes to that they don't see it, they don't hear it.
Or again, they're so wrapped up in their utter racism, because these are the ones that look at anything and see racist. White dog in the film, racist. Bad wannabe, racist.
Caucasian dog.
Caucasian dog. Why? Is it from the Caucasus Mountains?
Yes.
Okay.
Caucasian.
Just checking. Want to make sure.
And I put in the links to these other two articles that Cosmic Book News has links for, but we're not reading them. I just thought I would put them in there for anybody who would like to.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, that's nice to see. Jordan rejected the idea of a race swap Superman because he wanted to focus on existing. The Cyborg actor is saying, bullshit. That's, I like seeing that. Just like I don't want to see Ryan Gosling playing Black Panther. I mean, I'm sure that's just an elaborate joke.
That's just a Photoshop or AI generated joke.
I found it funny because, and then how much of a uproar that is. Like, oh, now you have an uproar about race changing. I would never want to see a white person play Black Panther. I know it was a joke, but I'm just using that as a reference. I don't want to see an all-white Shaka Zulu. I don't want to see
those movies tend to have a different theme.
Yeah,
to them. A lot more fire and hoods and things.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it won't be. You thought this was a good idea, Mike? Great, thank you.
I
paid for my spot.
I promise.
I paid for my spot.
I promise the members a spot on Pop Talk. Twice a month for Stealth is Optional, once a month for Pack It Forward 4. I'm living up to that promise.
I know you are. You're a good man.
I don't choose Stealth as an option. I'm much more Rambo style.
Like Mike.
Yes.
Well, stealth is not an option.
That's why stealth is optional.
Yeah, stealth is optional.
It's not really.
So you have like Cash sneaking around somewhere. We don't know where he is. He's being stealthy, like a ninja.
So it does say here the idea was controversial with fans who criticized it as race swapping the iconic Christopher Reeve Superman rather than developing existing black heroes. Many felt it was a lazy attempt at diversity instead of creating original stories or spotlighting established black DC characters. It's because they are lazy. They don't want to take the time to do their research and find out that, oh, wait a minute, we do have a character who will fit the idea that we have for our next few movies. I mean, heck, James Gunn even told John Cena don't read the original Peacemaker comics because they're not going to go by the Peacemaker comics when they do the series.
Well, the thing is I slightly disagree with the lazy part. I think it's fully intended. A lot of these people probably know that there are these out there that they could possibly use, but that's not their intent. They want to destroy existing stuff. And one of the best ways to do is to weaken the unity of people, is to take pre-existing characters and change them for no good reason other than the fact. And again, like I said, the writer is a full-out racist. It's like putting someone, a white person that wears a hood in charge. That's turning the black characters white. The same thing. And all it's about is to go out and destroy established stuff. They know this stuff's out there. They know it is. But that's not their intent. So they're not lazy. It is by design. And it's disgusting. They're not trying to unify. They're trying to divide. And that's what
we see it in all forms of media, trying to divide.
Right. This is a divisive act. And that is what it's meant to be. And to put us against each other. I don't have any problem with black people or Asians or anything like that. I do have problems.
My litmus test with anybody is, are you cool?
Are you cool? This guy is not cool. Jar Jar Abrams is not cool. I don't think James Gunn is cool. Or his little brother, or Corenswet. They're not cool. I don't care if they're black, Jewish, or Irish. I don't care. It's them. It's truly like what MLK said, the content of their character.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I judge people on. Are you cool or not? Yeah, personality-wise, we might not get along, but you're still cool.
You know, some people are better off being acquaintances than friends.
Right.
Well,
people aren't bad people, just that for some reason you don't mesh.
that's just your opinion, man.
Oh, come on, Padawannabe. You're one of them. You're my best acquaintance, okay?
Now, before we get into our final article, I do have a trailer that I want to show.
Oh, yay.
That we took a look at last night during the member stream, and it's currently available on Amazon Prime for anybody who has Amazon Prime. But
I don't.
That's okay. We got you, man.
Okay. Thank you.
I got you covered. So no crying, Baron. No crying here.
There's no crying on Pop Talk.
There's no crying. There's no crying on Pop Talk. But this is called Secret Level. And I'll have to pause it like I did last night during the member stream.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
It's that person who did those things.
Oh, yeah. I know this one.
I'm going to put the captions on too for everybody.
Yeah, I'm interested. Oh, wait.
Now that's who I fight. Every hour, every day.
And I think Baron already knows one game that's included in this.
I don't always win.
Oh, it is the same people that did Love, Death, and Robots. Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How much would you risk?
Again, I have to pause it due to the copyright rules and regulations.
How hard would you fight?
Look at that, Baron.
For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
Come on, Baron. If you're going to say for the Emperor, do it with more enthusiasm.
That's the best one I could find. I could find a better one. I found it on the fly.
For the Emperor! For the Emperor!
How many lives would you give? Just to discover what you're capable of.
Of course, the same groundbreaking stories.
Every moment leads to the next.
And I know who that is.
Every cause.
It's something I didn't notice last night when we watched it. Padawannabe.
There's so much of this that I don't know what it's from. I barely know any of those games.
Come
By
on.
name.
You don't know Mega Man? Come on.
He doesn't know Dungeons and Dragons.
See, like that, I don't recognize those characters. I know the genre. That's all. But I don't know who they are.
That's impossible.
Whoa.
The colors, man. The colors.
Keanu?
Doesn't matter what I made you for. This is what you are.
That's Baron suiting up.
For the Emperor!
No, Baron, come on.
For the Emperor!
Thank you.
Meant for. Conquest awaits.
Nice and steady.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Look who's in the cast.
Arnold, Keanu, Kevin Hart. Wow. Emily Swallows. Oh, that's good to know. Patrick Schwarzenegger. That's his kid. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Hart. I'm assuming that's Kevin's.
I can hold it back on my own.
But you're not on your own.
And that's Baron. Ready for battle.
Well, except that's an ultra weenie.
It's a Space Marine, Baron. Come on.
It's got to be Dark Angels or else.
These Space Marines.
So if Baron sees that it's up his Marines.
And that's an Ultra Smurf. That's an Ultra Smurf.
If Baron sees an Ultra Smurf, he's going to say, this series is a 1 out of 10, 1 out of 5.
You got it.
I don't know, man.
You got it.
I don't know, man. That
I'll say something once we're done with this here.
All that danger. All those moments. Beauty. And even all those painful deaths. It's a new adventure. Just for you.
So it's currently available right now on Amazon If anybody has Amazon Prime,
I have seen the Warhammer one that they had. It tells the story of Titus, who's in the game. Of course, it's typical Games Workshop propaganda pushing the Ultramarines. You love the Ultramarines. Everything's Ultramarines. Yeah, they're making me like the Ultramarines.
I thought it was cool.
Titus is cool. Titus, but it shows him from his youth to going into his adulthood and being a Space Marine. It is a good story. It is a really good story.
It looks outrageous. That's one of the best animated shorts I've probably ever seen.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I mean, I'm pissed off that Warhammer has their paywall where they have their, projects behind that. It's not going well, and I heard that their paywall thing is crappy. But I want to see more of this. I don't want to be behind GW's paywall. I mean, I'm not going to pay the extra money for, I don't know fully what's up, but we need more of that for Warhammer, man. That is now that the Lion's back and you have Rowboat Girly Man back, it's Rebuti Gilliman, but Rowboat Girly Man.
Well, I'm playing Space Marine again.
But yeah, that short is awesome. If you're a Warhammer fan or have just an inkling of Warhammer, watch it.
Even if you just like a good action sequence.
Oh yeah. If you want a good action one.
Dude, I mean that's what I was blown away. I was like, you don't even have to be a fan of this or know what it is. It just looks so badass.
It sounds
You're like,
it gives you what the universe is about. If people are curious, what's Warhammer about? It's like, boom, there's a small segment of it right there, very small. And
yeah, that was my recognition of how small the Ultramarines are.
Small segment of it, Baron, and it's mostly about
for the Emperor.
Yes, I mean that's leaving out the orcs and the Eldar and the Tyranids and the stinking Tau. Worst ever, the Tau. Space communists.
Yes, they're like the Nod.
Well, they're like, let's take Japanese mecha and Mexican communism.
You're breaking up, Aaron. It sounded
I
like
said
you're
that's
on
like
TV radio.
Oh, sorry. Breaker 19. Do you hear me now, good buddy?
Here now, good buddy.
Okay, I think what happened
was 1020 over.
I'm 1020 is behind the computer eating Cheetos in my underwear. But all seriousness, no. The Tau is basically mecha meets communism. Japanese mecha and communism. Boom. That's the Tau in a nutshell.
Did we get through that?
I'm reading a story about. I'm almost done with the story where the Sisters of Battle are dealing with the Tau, and I can't wait for the Tau to get their asses utterly handed to them because it's going to happen.
Yeah, and one of these days it's going to happen where we're going to play Space Marine 2.
Oh, if they're true what they're saying about Space Marine 3 and they're bringing the Necrons in, that is going to be freaking awesome.
It's going to be wild, man.
I need a cigarette now.
Yeah. So I will confess, I watched a few of those last night. Like I was saying, like these are characters and games that I don't know enough about. I recognize Sifu because the art style, but I haven't played that game. I've looked at it like something I want to download, so I've looked at it a few times. So I recognize that, but I don't.
It is hard.
I don't know the story. So I kind of was getting information through this short, and there is you probably recognize the Dungeons and Dragons. And it's like, I don't know these games at all. I understand what these characters are and stuff like that. But my Dungeons and Dragons was the animated show. That's what I recognize most. But I know the lore on that goes super deep.
Yeah,
that short like that. That short is amazing too, though. I mean, it just looks so good.
I haven't seen that one because I basically saw the Warhammer one that way. So
Mhm.
but I haven't seen any other ones in that collection. But I would like to see I didn't know there was a D&D one. It'd be nice to see what they did with that.
What is it? Dungeons and Dragons, Exodus, Outer Space 2, or Outer Wilds. I think one of those games. Warhammer. They have a Pac-Man one.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'll tell you right now, the Pac-Man, the Pac-Man one is off the wall. Pure inspiration from the idea of what Pac-Man is. It's very, like you mentioned when we saw the trailer yesterday, Pacific, horror theme Pac-Man story.
That's what it looked like to me when I saw it last night.
Very much. And that's the one that Emily Swallow is in. The armorer from Mandalorian. She's in the Pac-Man one.
Yep,
I saw 4 or 5 of them. So you guys will like this show.
And Christian Family Geek, good to see you. Christian Family Geek says he enjoyed the film a lot, although he did have some issues with the plot. Yeah, that's what we've been hearing. I know I've been hearing it from the various people that have talked about it, who have rated it a 6 or a 7, or Bone rated it an 8.
Yeah, okay, it was one that was 8. Okay, I'm trying to remember, was it D8? Yeah.
So, that seems to be fair across the board. People are finding things to like about it, but they're also finding things that they have issue with. That's perfectly fine. I have not seen it yet. I've already said that we will probably watch it for a watch party.
Mm-hmm. And I'll look forward to that. And, again, ready to praise and damn as it goes along. Ready to put on my Crow T Robot outfit.
It's like you've said. It's like I have said, Baron. Praise things that deserve to be praised, but also criticize what needs to be criticized.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, I try to be fair. But again, it's good to have people talking, even CBR talking about it and all that, and saying, no, it's not woke and all that, because it just flies in the face of what the Guns were saying. And Corenswet. I'm not going to call him Corenswet. It's Corenswet. The imitation Superman. Oh, and Lady Miss said it was okay. I mean, really, honestly, you don't want to hear someone say, "Oh, it was okay" to a Superman film.
No, Superman's supposed to be your main attraction, and then Batman.
Mm-hmm.
But are you talking about Secret Level, the trailer that we just watched, or are you talking about Superman, Christian Fan Geek?
Yeah, we've been hitting the gamut of stuff around here. For the Emperor, for the Lion. There, how's that?
That had a lot more enthusiasm than for. It's like Cash saying it, Baron. For the
Emperor.
Yeah, that's gonna be Cash when we actually do play the game.
It's Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess for the Emperor.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's just my opinion, man.
There's a bunch of bugs running at us. We're supposed to shoot them.
Do we really want to go after these orcs? Yes, Cash, that's our mission.
What about their wives? What about their wives and children?
Orcs don't have wives and children. No, I'm serious. They don't. They're basically.
I know.
They're like, okay.
They're weeds.
I know. Sorry, I'm laughing. I know.
But we do have our final article ready to be discussed.
I got it,
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I am disgusted. I got a headache. It's all Padawannabe's fault.
All right, we have this article from that Park Place, and don't worry, folks. This time I looked at it further to make sure it wasn't part of their VIP plan. That was my fault.
Yay!
On Wednesday's
Wait.
edition of Pop Talk.
This one's real?
Well, the other one was real too, but I had to become.
Well, I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of those. Oh, these actors are saying "f you" to whatever each other or a corporation, but this one's actually real. I've seen this thumbnail and I was like, "Oh, him now?" Like, because they're all fake.
Well,
But
it
this,
says
yeah,
Johnny
let's-
Depp says "f you" to Warner Brothers over Fantastic Beasts firing. There's far too many of me to kill. Johnny Depp isn't holding back about how he really felt when Warner Brothers asked him to step down from the Fantastic Beasts franchise in 2020. In a new interview with The Telegraph, the actor revealed his blunt, visceral reaction. F you, he said, as his response to Warner Brothers. There's far too many of me to kill. If you think you can hurt me more than I've already been hurt, you're gravely mistaken.
Gravely. Ooh.
Depp was removed from the role of Gellert Grindelwald just one day after losing a UK libel trial against The Sun, which had referred to him as a wife beater due to allegations made by his ex-wife Amber Heard. Though Depp sued for defamation, the court ruled the paper's description was substantially true. Warner Brothers swiftly announced his departure in a one-line statement. Johnny Depp will depart the Fantastic Beasts franchise. They said, "We thank Johnny for his work on the films to date." But in The Telegraph, Depp described how it actually happened. It literally stopped in a millisecond. Like while I was doing the movie, they said we'd like you to resign, but what was really in my head was they wanted me to retire. Depp had only filmed for one day before being recast with Mads Mikkelsen, and Warner Brothers' double standard, Heard stayed, Depp was dropped. Well, they sided with Amber Heard.
Yep.
During that time.
Let's not forget his Miller and others.
Mm-hmm. The irony and hypocrisy, of course, is hard to ignore. Just 2 years later, in June 2022, a U.S. jury ruled that Amber Heard had defamed Johnny Depp in her 2018 Washington Post op-ed, where she implied he had abused her. The jury awarded Depp $10 million in compensatory damages. Thank you. I can't speak today. Sometimes you have those days, you know.
That's why
you try to say certain words, and it's like I can say this any other day. I just can't say it right now. And $5 million in punitive damages. I can say punitive, fine. Though the latter was later reduced to $350,000 under Virginia law, Heard was also awarded $2 million in a separate counterclaim. Not because Depp abused her, but due to a single comment made by his lawyer. His lawyer should have kept her mouth shut.
Shouldn't the lawyer be the one that gets the lawsuit?
Should be, but it's the court system.
Legal system.
Yeah. Over the course of the highly publicized 6-week trial, jurors revealed they found Heard's testimony unconvincing, with one telling Good Morning America that her tears didn't add up and appeared to be crocodile tears. Many viewers, at least some jurors, came away believing Heard was the aggressor in the relationship, though some media outlets have continued to frame the situation as complex and unresolved. And yet, despite all this, Warner Brothers kept Amber Heard in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. She remained in the film as Mira, with DC Films head Walter Hamada testifying that her role was only reduced due to lack of chemistry with co-star Jason Momoa, not because of the legal battle or defamation. Heard ultimately appeared in the sequel, albeit in significantly less screen time.
Well, that's because Momoa got tired of stepping in her shit. That's why.
Meanwhile, Johnny Depp had been forced out of Fantastic Beast franchise in 2020. The ruling that led to Depp's dismissal was handed down without the benefit of a jury and before Depp had even publicly presented his side of the story. The contrast couldn't be clearer. Depp was dropped based on allegations and a judge's editorial ruling in the UK, where they do things a lot different than we do in their court system. While Heard kept her role despite a U.S. jury finding she defamed him. One actor was publicly exiled, the other was shielded. I'll fight until the bitter end.
What? What did he say?
I'll read it again. One actor was publicly exiled, the other was shielded.
The hell you say?
What?
I'll fight until the bitter end. Depp told the Sunday Times last month that he never had faith the controversy would simply fade. Everyone was saying it'll go away, but I can't trust that, he said. What will go away? The fiction pond around the effing globe? No, it won't. If you don't try to represent the truth, it will be like I've actually committed the acts I'm accused of, and my kids will have to live with it. He added, look, none of this was going to be easy, but I didn't care. I thought I'll fight until the bitter effing end. And if I end up pumping gas, that's all right. I've done that before. Now, after years of legal battles and media scrutiny, Depp is stepping back into Hollywood. He's set to reunite with Blow co-star Penelope Cruz in the upcoming Lionsgate action comedy Day Drinker, which began filming in April 2025 and is expected to release in 2026, potentially marking the start of his long-awaited comeback.
Day Drinker? I gotta watch this.
I'm going to say, is that a movie about me?
It's coming out next year. And how do we feel about Johnny Depp's response to Warner Bros.? I don't blame him.
No, I don't.
Go, baby, go.
I don't blame him at all.
Oh, I love it.
It's the
Give
thing
it to
about
him.
the double standard. It shows you the double standard. And you know what? And if I was the kids, right, I'd be more ashamed of her because she's shitting in bed than Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we've proven that Johnny's was all lies, but nothing's been debunked about you taking big loads in the bed there, Mom. Mom heard. So
I sided with Johnny. I've been with Johnny this whole time. I didn't believe a freaking word Amber Heard said.
No,
and as far as Warner Brothers firing him and keeping her on, well, they should have fired them both. But they took sides, and they took her side.
Right. And Johnny, remember the old saying. Johnny, never put your D in crazy.
And after he becomes what, you fire them both, the trial ends, and you say, Mr. Depp, we would like to renegotiate a new contract with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that even makes sense because that's a business move.
Yeah.
Like, as an actor, you wouldn't be happy with that because you don't want to lose a job or a contract or anything. But reality is, it's like, yep, that's a smart move. I understand where you're coming from. And if you're willing to talk, but no, they just slam that door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. Oh, did it hit you? Sorry. They burnt that bridge so hard. Go, Johnny. Go, Johnny. Go, Johnny. Go, Johnny. Go.
Yeah, he's a quality actor. One of my favorite movies of his is Public Enemy.
Well, I mean, even his Tim Burton ones he's done because
Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow, which we should honestly watch around Halloween.
It is a good film. It is, and there's a lot of faces in there that we recognize.
Mm-hmm. Christina Ricci.
Was he in Carlito's Way or one of those? Something like that. I forget which one Johnny Depp was in way back in the day.
I don't know,
He
but he
was
was
in
in
one of the
Gilbert Grape. I know he was in that one.
Oh, yeah, he was in that one.
21 Jump Street. I'm sure he doesn't want to talk about that, though.
No, but that's where he got his start, and that's where he became basically every
Tiger Beat
teenage
cover.
girl's
Yeah.
dream. I mean, my sister's loved him ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Entertainment Weekly.
Of course, you know, everyone remembers him as Jack Sparrow, but, you know, he had a career before that. Oh, I mean, I didn't think he did bad in Dark Shadows, actually.
Well, Fear and Loathing, and how, I mean, God, dude, we can pick a decade. You can pick a decade and pull half a dozen movies out almost instantly. You know, the guy's just been putting out good stuff for a long time.
Yeah, I think Johnny Depp consulted with Bill Murray because Bill Murray did an early version of that and knew Hunter Thompson.
I mean, and then there was the one where he fell in love with an AI.
Oh,
that the one where he invents an AI or something?
Yeah. Yeah, Bill Murray was on Rogan's and they were talking about that. So.
Oh, yeah, I did hear something about that. I do remember now that you mentioned. I did see that interview.
You did? Oh, okay. Cool. I did.
I did. Yeah, I have Spotify.
I just watched him on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel. I'm sure he's got Rumble.
Bill Murray?
Oh, no, Joe.
Joe, yeah, they are on YouTube, but the Spotify has the one, like when they were taking stuff off, Spotify was the one that had most of his stuff more consistently, where YouTube would scrub whole like hundreds of episodes. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, especially if somebody posted them up, you know, because they're still under copyright protection. And
well, this is off of his own Joe Rogan Experience. So that's his own channel.
Oh, yeah, that is his own channel,
yeah.
But yeah, even I remember him even talking about it several times. It's like, it's crazy what can be on YouTube, but what can't be on YouTube. He's like, they can show nudity, but I can't talk about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. And anyone who's aghast and think Joe Rogan's a this or that, you're morons.
What Joe Rogan is he's a stand-up comedian.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he is. That's what he is. I mean,
you know what he is though on the Joe Rogan Experience. You know what he is? He is when Larry King was on radio because he's got a face for radio.
Yes.
A face for radio. Of course, he had his overnight show that he had, which was
Larry King Live, right?
Yeah, he was a king of late night. He was a king of radio, and this is exactly what Joe Rogan is. Except instead of maybe having a couple of guests on, he just focuses on the one, and it can go 2 to 3 hours. And it's just conversations. And that was king in the day. I mean, I know they threw a ton of money at him, but the biggest mistake in his career was to go to CNN because he worked far better on the radio and had more freedom on the radio, I think. So, but you know what? But what happened? That void was filled with Art Bell. When he left, Art Bell started becoming the late night champion. From the East Coast.
There's always somebody.
Coast.
I mean,
yeah.
Especially the radio days, there was definitely stars to step in if someone would retire or go away or whatever.
Right.
There was
plenty
of talent to pull from.
Oh yeah.
But gentlemen, we are nearing the end of the Sunday edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk. But before we do, is there anything that you'd like to promote? Anyone that you'd like to promote? Starting with Pat Wannabe?
Yeah, Patty.
Thank you. I'll push my channel and my Twitch channel, _Pat Wannabe. I'll try and get something going now. The phone's just too capable for me to ignore. So I think I need to start doing something. And I do want to start getting into this whole take time for yourself every once in a while. thing. You know, few hours a week doesn't kill you. I can do something on my own for a couple hours and share what I got out there. But yeah, especially someone I do want to promote is Appion and Rocco the Brave. Come back. They're on new channel called Headcanon. So please, everybody, subscribe to that. Who knew of them before? Because they got go rude with a capital S. So
Yeah.
so please go over Headcanon on YouTube. And there's what we were just talking about. What makes their videos good is just two friends having conversations about what they know and what they've heard and their opinions, and it's just a normal conversation. He doesn't have an agenda to go through before. Okay, we talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about that. It's just two guys having a candid convo.
Is it Mr. Headcanon?
I think it's
I'll
just
grab the link. I'll grab the link here in a second.
Okay, I'm kind of looking around trying to find it.
I can't really do much, but it is very new. It's just like a couple months old at most. So all the videos.
Nice and
just give me a moment. Trying to make sure I have the right links and.
Because yeah, I definitely want to get that back out there. I was on with him a lot, and he's doing different platform, but I still want to promote a old co-host buddy. So,
well, hopefully the two of you get to do something too, Pata. And
well, I mean, we do still keep in touch. I don't think we'll stop doing watch parties, but he's not streaming them anymore. I don't know if that'll start back up again or not. But yeah, it's we'll have to see because we just finished Farscape, so we have to watch the Peacekeeper War miniseries. But I don't know if we got anything lined up after that. So we'll have to see.
Okay, so there are the links to Patawattabe's YouTube channel and also his Twitch channel. I'm getting the link to Rocco's and Apion's new channel. Just give me a second.
Appreciate that. Got the tab master going over here.
All right, got it. Let me just copy and paste it.
Oh yeah, and I'll promote. So I got it going on in the background. We got Chainsaw Lollipop burning in the background on Pacific's playlist. He's so close. Let's get him there.
Thank you very much, and I will give an update as far as those watch hours are concerned before we get out of here. But before I do that, Baron, go ahead and promote yourself as I put Apion and Rocco the Brave's new channel link into the chat.
We're handing out experience points now to our chatters. Wow,
that's a new that's a new thing that YouTube's been doing.
I got to start doing more chats, and even though if I'm on the show, other than that, the one thing I can promote for myself, other than being kind of surprised by this, is of course on Jace Fox's 540 studio every Thursday between 6 and 6:30. Why do we have a gap? Well, because he's Norwegian. And it's called The Beyond. And that has, of course, Patawannabe. Not Patawannabe. Why am I saying Jace Fox, Prismatics, Cash Monet, Mr. MIA himself, myself, Hoshi, Kilted Keijan, if I can't remember, I said Kilted Keijan, Whoopa Troopa possibly, and Tom the Techno Sapient Geek. So, yeah, we ask you to join along and experience the wildness that can happen at the Beyond on Jace Fox's 540 studio between 6 and 6:30 Central Daylight Time. And with that, back to you, Mike.
All right, and I'm just getting Jace's link so I can give it to everybody.
Oh, yeah, and I just got to say one thing to Patawannabe. Really?
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Oh, that goddamn Loch Ness Monster again. Yeah, you know what he did? He had me for $350.
That's right. I said, I ain't giving you no $350, you goddamn Loch Ness Monster. Get your own goddamn money. I gave him
All right, so I'm putting Jace's links in the chat at the moment.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
just to reiterate,
anything else coming up, Baron?
No, not really. No, not really. But I'm helping you so you can focus on that. I just want to make sure people understand, though, Jace Fox's review of the new Superman movie.
It stinks.
Hated it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the Jace Fox movie review on our channel here. So trust me, I heard all about it, and I can understand why. I still want to see it on the streaming service. What do you say, Ben? Well, yeah, you'll be here for a movie adventure, wouldn't you? You watch it with us.
Oh yeah, I'll watch it with you guys. I would have watched it regardless. So if you're watching it early, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I would just wait till it's free for me.
You'll watch it. You'll enjoy it. Yeah. Well, you can't get much freer than Mike. Mike's Mr. Free. Mr. Free.
All right. So now that we got everybody's links in there, before I give everybody the update on the watch hours, I do want to thank everybody who was able to stop by this afternoon for this edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk with Baron, Pat Wannabe, and myself. I want to first start off by thanking Ratna Mani for stopping by. Thank you very much. Tim, thank you for stopping by today. Jace, thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. And of course, Low Spec Linux Gaming. Thank you very much. Also known as Jeff Parsons. I have to stop myself. I'll admit it. I have to stop myself from saying laptop.
But
it's just how to have it, Baron.
We just want to dead name them so bad. It's like we're bad people.
And good to see Jill Powers, the River Daughter. Hope your Sunday's going well. Bone, thank you for stopping by. And, we were even getting varying opinions on Superman from members of the chat who had seen it.
Yeah,
Lady Mist, always a pleasure to see you. Wolvie, good to see you as well, brother.
You know what's even better with Lady Mist? That she didn't have one of her dragons eat me, so it's always nice that didn't happen.
And Phil, good to see you. And Chris Bayu, I'm saying it wrong, I know I am. But thank you for stopping by. Tree Rock, thank you for stopping by. Shane, also known as Yaron, thank you for stopping by. Nico Bellick, thank you for stopping by today as well. Christian Fandom Geek, thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it, brother. And yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Anonymous. He's always lurking. He's always hiding in the shadows. He's a Romulan, folks. He's a Romulan.
That's because he wants to avoid this.
Anonymous. Anonymous. Anonymous.
He's a Romulan lurking in the shadows. Nah, he's a good guy. Good to see you, Anonymous. Hope you had a happy 4th, brother.
Yeah, how many fingers do you have?
I'm sure he has all his digits.
I just want to check. I'll make sure, You never know.
At least all the same ones he had before.
Yeah. Let's see.
Well, what about that rapper?
Baron firing proton puppets at me.
Well, who was that rapper that had fingers in his name that blew off 2 of them over the 4th? How ironic! I heard that story. Some rapper with fingers in his rapper name, and he blew off 2 of them. It's like, yeah, only in America, you can't make this shit up.
That's true. But, ladies and gentlemen, I do have an update for the watch hours. I know there have been folks who have been in the background, playing the playlist, trying to help the channel get up to the 4,000 watch hours to at least qualify
for the ad revenue on the channel. Whether YouTube approves us, well, that's up to YouTube. But I do have an update, and it's a significant update, at least from the last time I gave the update on Pop Talk. And of course, I did give an update on it last night, and it's even gone up from that to Padawannabe. So I'm going to share my screen now.
Oh, please.
And we are currently at 3,987 valid watch hours as of this past Monday, July 8th.
Tick-tock.
We are 13 hours away from qualifying at the 4,000 watch hour mark. Again, like I said, even if I qualify, the channel qualifies, I still have to get approval from YouTube. So that could go either way. But 13 hours away. So the best thing to do, folks, is just select any playlist that isn't the guest appearances on other channels playlist and just let it run in the background.
Yeah.
If you want to help, and if you don't want to help, that's fine. But if you want to help, then just let the playlist run in the background. No, it's not selfish. Maybe people don't have time to let their computer or laptop or phone run in the background for however many hours. I mean, one of the best playlists to use would be the Pop Talk playlist, considering how many episodes of Pop Talk there are and how long Pop Talk has been known to go for. I'm just speaking the truth.
I know.
But
That's why I laughed.
if you want to help and help the channel qualify for ad revenue, by all means, please do. If you just rather, watch us while we're live here, that's fine too. But I promise you, anything that the channel makes from the ad revenue, no matter how much it is, I mean, I know it's not a lot, but whatever it is, it will be put back into the channel to pay for something like StreamYard, a game. If there's a movie that I don't have, I can rent it for a watch party. What have you.
Like we're going to do?
Yes.
Spatulas? You really want spatulas, Baron? What are you going to do with a Pacific414 spatula?
Flip my pancakes.
Oh, no, I was thinking something else,
You talking about
scramble my eggs?
I was thinking about
the
something
Aunt Jemima
else.
treatment. The Aunt Jemima treatment.
When you're out of line, all the law Safran has to do is grab that spatula. That Baron.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's a big enough target, I tell you. If you miss that, you got bad aim.
But as I've said, with any ad revenue, with any super chats, super stickers, memberships, it all goes back into the channel. I'm not going to pocket any of the money for myself, put it all back into the channel. Again, whether it means using part of it to pay for StreamYard, or if there's a game you want me to play again, a movie, what have you. So that's where we're at as far as watch hours, 13 watch hours away. Now, if I look at it tomorrow and we meet the goal, even though I'm not live streaming, I will make a post about it.
Woot.
And if we get
crossed,
if we get approved, I keep saying if, because it's up to YouTube. But we get approved, we're having an open panel celebration. The only thing I'm going to ask is that you save all self-promotions toward the end, whether that end is you have to go, then you can promote yourself then, or toward the end of the stream, then you can promote yourself then, and we'll go one at a time for that.
But it's an ad revenue party.
It's an ad revenue. It's an ad revenue party. But the way I look at it, and this is something I've even had to learn too, going on to other live streams, is that there's an appropriate time during a live stream to promote your channel.
I'm always self-promoting myself, though. It's in my name, Baron Norman Tags, Fandom Legacy. You know,
The original BOT.
And Anonymous says, "I shall double my efforts." Appreciate that, brother. No,
2 computers.
no.
Just
I have an old computer. I could probably, just put a new hard drive in, put some RAM in it, and use it as, just a computer to store backup files of Pop Talk and other videos.
Oh yeah.
I just gotta take the time to actually do it. But that's what we're looking at as far as the watch hours. And again, Padawannabe, thank you for what you're doing. Anonymous, thank you for what you're doing. And to anybody, and you don't have to tell me who you are. You can keep it anonymous.
Anonymous.
But to everybody who's helping out, thank you very much. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. Because I will admit, when I first started doing this whole live streaming thing, one of the things I did eventually wanted to get so I can put the money that the channel itself earns back into the channel is to be fully monetized. Right now, I'm partially monetized. Because a couple of years ago, YouTube changed the rules where if you wanted to get super chats and super stickers and memberships, all you had to do was have the 3,000 watch hours and 500 subs. But they kept, the qualifications for full monetization at the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So, it's just something I wanted because, like I said, I want to be able to put it back into the channel. I think that's the best way to do it, is to put anything that's earned back into the channel. Not to pocket the money for myself, but to put it back into the channel. That means at some point I need to get a new microphone, look at what I've earned from the channel, withdraw that money, and get the new microphone if I were to need a new microphone. Right now, my microphone's working just fine. But
maybe
I
the
appreciate
card goes out.
Yeah, that's been known to happen. That's been known to happen because I have an external capture card that I use when I'm playing the PS5 games and Switch games and other games. I don't have the internal one, but it could go out and I need to replace it. Would I get another Elgato? It depends. What's the best deal? What's the quality? What are the reviews like? Because I do look at reviews. It's like, okay, some people are liking this feature, but then this other feature keeps popping up that people aren't too crazy about. It's only getting a 2-star rating. Yeah, I'm avoiding that. But again, you have my word. Everything that the channel earns goes right back into it. So, on another note, just to let everybody know what's coming up on the channel. Let me remove that. For this week, on Tuesday, I will be playing more Rise of the Ronin. I probably will be trying to get my skills up even higher than what they are, but I'm going to be focusing on trying to get more of the main story done, too. Even if it includes doing a side mission that's tied into the main story, I'll be doing that. And then, of course, this Wednesday on Pop Talk, and just like on Tuesday, that'll be at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, 6 p.m. on Tuesday. But Wednesday's Pop Talk will be our next watch party, and that watch party will be The Hunt for Red October with Sean Connery and Alec Baldwin. Great movie.
Wait, we have a show on Wednesday? Oh,
yes, man.
Are we going to do this all green room?
No, Baron. No, we're going to be on stream talking about The Hunt for Red October, watching The Hunt for Red October.
Go wear pants.
And we're going to go, why does this Russian captain have a Scottish accent?
Mm-hmm. And will that American agent shoot somebody in the future?
Mm-hmm. And then on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me, Your Move, Creep. We're going to be playing the new addition to RoboCop Rogue City, Unfinished Business.
And funny enough, that's what Mike says to me before every show.
Not surprised.
No, usually it's come quietly or there will be trouble. That's usually what I say to you, Baron.
What about me? What trouble? Am I trouble?
Cash money. Cash.
These people.
But you know, it was fun Friday night having Padawan pop into the VC on Discord. DJ popped in, Shane popped in as I was playing both Marvel Rivals and also Mating Cops, and Cash popped in as well, and that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun playing Mating Cops too, Baron. You might like that game for $10.
$10, okay.
Yeah, only $10. It's not a very long game either.
Well, good. I mean, for $10, I mean, yeah, I mean, at
Not
least
bad price for a Peep Show. No.
Ooh, Peep Show. I love Peep Shows. That's why I got my telescope here. Mrs. Denver's always leaves her shades open when she changes.
Oh no. Baron's over here with full extension on his telescope.
Maybe I'll do a stream on that. Yeah, here I am. This is my telescope, and oh yeah, Mrs. Denver's is out there. Oh yeah, she's got.
And then
that's not postable.
Boop boop.
Yep.
Sir, could you come down here?
Yeah. And as you can see, the police have showed up. For some reason, someone took umbrage of me doing this. But hey, no, not the taser! Ah!
Don't tase me, bro.
For you, Baron. For you, Baron, to be oh, that tickles.
Are you sure you can hit the target? I don't know.
Eyes on target. Eyes on target.
Yeah.
Serpentine.
Kind of hard. Let me get the microscope.
Serpentine.
I need magnifying glass.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this Sunday edition of Pacific414 Pop Talk. Hope you had a lot of fun. Hope Padawannabe and Baron had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with you all talking about these stories and giving our opinions and just being honest with you guys, being real.
Baron smashed earlier. Yeah.
Well, then I joined, and it's like you get to a certain topic that you're passionate about, and you let that passion come out. Keep it real. Don't be phony. Don't be fake. Be you.
And explain exactly. This is the reason why we held off wanting to see this movie, and it's all their fault. All their fault.
Hated it.
I mean, I can't see. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I can't say anything because I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's good or if it's bad.
I am fully confident I will enjoy the Superman movie more than I enjoy the movie Tiptoes.
Well, I think we can sum it this way.
How many of you think the opinions of actors should be valued as much as, well, say, doctors, engineers, or a courageous congressman?
Right here. Yeah, right on.
Well, you're wrong. Actors are self-centered punks.
Oh, what?
But to everybody who stopped by today, watched, listened, and learned, thank you very much. May you all have a great rest of your Sunday, a wonderful week. And remember, here on this channel, whenever I'm playing a game, don't ever give up on me playing that game, because just when you do, you might miss something. Take care, all.
May the squirrels be with you.
Squirrel!
Autobots, transform and roll out!